I'm sorry. My shit was unplugged. I was trying desperately to unmute in time. Thank you so much, Array. Guys, even follow Ranger already. Please stop everything you're doing. Hit that follow button right now. Okay? Or, you know, languish in agony, as the kids say. Please follow for me, okay? Welcome in, Raiders. My name is I. What's up? We just started stream. I just hit the gold line button like 5 minutes ago. So we'll be starting in just a second. Good morning, you. How's it going? Welcome in. Happy 420. I don't know why you're saying happy 420 to me when you have to realize that, like, to me, every day is 420. Okay? You know how some people wake up and they're like, I can't start my day without coffee. I'm such a coffee mom or something. I smoke a fat bowl every morning. You know, I trip down the stairs every time I, you know, go down to the front door. Because I am so fucking high. I'm high as shit when I'm streaming right now. 420, yeah. In my twisted world, 420 is just another day to me. For me, it was Tuesday. But yeah, you're just in time. You're just in time. What's all the words for weed? What's like the most hip word for weed? Kush? No, kush isn't hip. What the fuck am I saying? Kush, alcohol, etc. Oh shit! I forgot to reset VTube Studio for my Uh-oh. 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 Hold on. Hold on. Grass. Oh, I like grass. Nobody says ganja anymore. Ganja's like a fucking... It's like something that Shaggy from the movie adaptation of Scooby-Doo, you know, the early 2000s one by James Gunn would say. Okay, he would say ganja and Mary Jane. Like, these are outdated terms. This isn't what, like, the cool kids are saying. Okay, when they smoke fat crack. Cannabis. Cannabis is not, like... It's not slang. It's a scientific word. Weed liqueur sounds vile. Weed liqueur? That just sounds like literal filth. Alright, you know the drill. You know the drill. Yeah? Oh, hey, if you don't know the drill, then I'm sorry. But this is not a drill. Okay, this is a drill-free zone, which means I'm gonna hit the funny little penis video game music in just a second. My beer is gone. It was delicious. What did you get? Did you get Roland Walker? Did you get Heineken? Did you get Buzz Light beer? I'll be real honest with you, okay? I haven't had beer in my life. The only beer I've ever had is like non-alcoholic beer, and it was so fucking disgusting. I think single-handedly, the reason I don't drink nowadays is because I had alcoholic beer once. Sorry, non-alcoholic beer once as a kid, and I was like, this is fucking vile. It is legitimately disgusting. I never want to have this again, so I never did. A Pilsner. What's a Pilsner? Isn't it like one of those like hipster drinks that they charge for, like, you know, the places that serve you $30 hamburgers, and they're like, yeah, we got IPAs, we got Pilsners. Save some water for us. I'm sorry you guys can hear that, okay? It's embarrassing. Most gamers can't stomach the taste. I just don't like it, you know? It's just, I don't think there's anything good about it. Like, maybe it was because I was a kid and, you know, maybe I didn't like stomach the taste or whatever, but to me it literally tasted like sewage. Like, I literally felt like I was downing like boiled ass, and I felt that same way when I had sake served to me, honestly, like, every single kind of alcohol I've had has been, like, at most disgusting and at the very least painful to drink. Like, even if it wasn't, like, that bad tasting, stuff like vodka still hurts when it goes down your throat. Stuff like rum and coke still, like, just feels like, I don't know, it still feels like toxins, like poisons, no matter what. Which I guess alcohol is in the first place. You listed off a bunch of Pilsners. Oh, those are Pilsner? I don't know what a Pilsner is! What the fuck is a Pilsner? Lighter, and I find they go down real easy. Oh, well. Why is alcohol so hard to get down? Is it literally because your body knows that it is legitimate, like, poison to you? And I'm not saying this as, you know, like a Redditor going like, it's bad for you, you know? Like, I think, like, technically speaking, it is poison, right? Like, your body doesn't accept it, and that's why you get, like, drunk and shit. So, is that your body going like, throw up, throw up, throw up? Beer tastes awful, but I'm into that shit. Why are you guys into things that taste awful, huh? Is that why you're watching alcohol stream? I don't drink anything below 15 alcohol degrees. Honestly, I've had a good variation of, you know, different kinds of alcohol during the time I did drink a little. There was never a time where I really drank. It's just I drank here and there throughout my life. And ciders are disgusting. Vodka is disgusting. I'm pretty sure I am allergic to vodka, regardless. Rum is like the most decent one, but it's still kind of like, it still hurts going down. Tequila is also pretty bad. It's not really like a good one. You know, you kind of just have to like, I don't know, like, is there seriously anybody that drinks beer for the taste? Or is it literally just to like get a little bit of a buzz going, or, you know, get flat out drunk? Because, like, you know, usually when you put a drink in front of me, I'll just kind of sip out of it as the day goes on. It's kind of like an idle animation for me. You know, if I'm not actively doing something, I'll take a drink of water, like a Sims character. The only thing I can't do that with is alcohol, because it always hurts like shit going down. I hear that beer tastes better when you're depressed. Well, it's a depressant. Anything would probably taste better when you're depressed. Like, if somebody gave you, like, you know, eggnog, you would probably be like, oh yeah, this is pretty good, I guess. I'm in terrible shit, that's why I'm here. Exactly, that's what I'm saying! Vodka's made of potatoes. I know that, but, like, I don't know why I'm allergic to it. I think I literally just, like, broke out in hives last time I had it, and I literally had, like, a Higurashi moment where I don't know if you ever had a feeling like this bad of an allergic reaction, but I was freaking out. Every part of my body, my chest was itching so bad. I could not stop scratching it, and then I woke up the next day and, like, my entire, like, upper body was just scratched to shit and full of, like, scabs and blood because I couldn't stop scratching myself. It was awful. So, never drink vodka again. I don't know why. Like, I guess it's the way they process it, because it's not like I'm allergic to potatoes. I love potatoes. Flavorless, which is why it mixes well with other drinks. Even if it's, like, flavorless, like, you can say rum is flavorless. It's still, like, I don't know. It still feels like you're drinking something you shouldn't be, right? I don't know what it is about alcohol, but it feels like it's heavy, if that makes sense. Like, you know how water only weighs so much and it goes down your throat easy? It just feels like you're swallowing, like, a liquid rock, if that makes sense. I've had Kraken. I did not like Kraken. I don't like any of this shit. Like, you have to realize, I don't know. It's not for me. It's not for me. Anyways, good morning. Happy, Tuesday to everyone involved. I don't know. I should say as a heads up, I don't know how long the stream is gonna be. I don't know what the fuck happened. I was feeling fine all day, but I got home and I literally just got, like, you ever have one of those headaches where it feels like it's not a sharp pain, but it feels like somebody's squeezing one specific part of your brain and just, like, tugging on it a bit, and that's kind of how I was feeling earlier. I feel a little better now, knock on wood. But you know, if I feel like vomiting halfway through stream, excuse me if I have to, you know, go. Swallowing rock sounds like playing a Bethesda game. Hey, yo. Yeah, shout out to... Aren't you the one that bought Oblivion Remaster? You spent $50 for that shit? You know what 50 bucks could have gotten you? You could have gotten, like... Actually, there's not much you can get for $50 nowadays, isn't there? Like, when you think of $50, you usually think video games, right? That's like the $50 price point kind of thing. But you can't even get that anymore. $50 is like not even enough for like a decent game. Like, you can get Expedition 33 for that, I guess. But video games nowadays are like 70 plus. There's no good Lego sets for $50. They're all like, if you want like any decent Lego set, it's like $80 plus. You can't even get like a booster box of Yu-Gi-Oh cards for $50. You can't get shit. You get like, yeah, a couple McNugget meals, maybe you can get some McDonald's cookies, but that's it. Alcohol is pure and doesn't touch alcohol. Well, yeah, I've been through it a bunch of times. I don't really drink anymore. I don't know, it's never something like, it's not like I'm against it. It's the same way I am with like weed or kush or alcohol. You know, those things where it's just like, I don't really feel like a need to do it. You know? I've just never sat down and been like, man, I could really go for a drink right now, because I usually just drink water instead. I guess like 5,000 V-Bucks, but there hasn't even been anything good in the Fortnite shop recently. Now that said, guys, I hope you're ready to live long and prosper, because you know what's coming in a couple days? May the 4th, which means I gotta see if I can find any Star Wars games, man. Are there any good Star Wars game? I don't want to play like Lego Star Wars. I guess there's like that Revenge of the Sith game. I don't know if that's any good. It's good morning, Ivy Farton. How's it going? Welcome in. I'm doing fantastic. High on life. Yeah, exactly. I'm high on life, man. Like, I am having such a good time living. I don't feel the need to like smoke a fat bowl just to keep going. Okay? Republic Commandos. Listen, I love Republic Commando. Also, it's Commando, not Commandos. It's not really a stream game though, is it? Oh, like me personally, I've never been like huge on streaming FPSs because you gotta pay so much attention to them, and also this is gonna sound really stupid, but I prefer when games are zoomed out, like Fortnite and shit. I get too like immersed if it's first person, and then I forget like, oh, I'm supposed to be talking. I'm not just like living a real life. Okay? Y'all fuck with Panseed. I fucking love Panseed. It's been a second since I had Panseed. I had such a craving for Panseed a couple months ago that I ordered some from a food truck around here because there's no Filipino restaurants, and it came in here very wet and soggy, but you know, I put up with it because I love Panseed so much, and I devoured it in a day. I was full of noodles, man. I probably looked like I had like the same structural anatomy as Krang and his android from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where my stomach, you know, where Krang is, was basically just a bowl of noodles, and the rest of it was me. Any of the fighter ship games? No, those are too like intensive. Star Wars Bombad Racing. Wait, is that the? That's not the pod racing game, is there? I feel like I want like. Well, I'll tell you what we can't play. Okay, we can't play shit like The Force Unleashed. It would probably, well, no, not probably. It would absolutely run on my computer these days. But I have such like a stinky association with The Force Unleashed because I tried playing on my laptop and it bricked my laptop for like a day. I don't know what the fuck happened, but I tried playing Force Unleashed on my shitty old HP Pavilion years ago, and I think it broke the graphics driver in there because it was just like, it froze the game so bad that I couldn't even turn off the computer. Like, I held down the power button, I did everything I could as a little baby, and nothing would turn my laptop off, so I literally just had to sit there and wait for it to die from, you know, being out of battery. So, you know, I don't know if the Force Unleashed games are good. What's the name of the protagonist? His Darth Vader name or whatever. It's Darth Vader. His Sith name, Darth something? Because whenever I think of the protagonist from, what is it? Force Unleashed, I remember that the creators of the game went to George Lucas and they were like, can you christen him with a really cool Star Wars Sith name? And I don't know if George Lucas was like taking the piss or what, but he was like, yeah, you can name him Darth Insanius or Darth Icky. And he was, they were like, no. Mario Kart with the Star Wars name. Alright, fine, we'll give it a shot. It's just, oh man, there's a lot of Star Wars games out there. You're talking like educational games. You're talking like Sega Pico shit. I haven't really played any of them, to be honest. You know, because even as a kid, I knew well enough to say like any game based off of a movie was probably garbage. Star Killer. What was it? But that wasn't like his name wasn't Darth Star Killer. It was just Star Killer, right? Like he didn't do anything otherwise. I think the story was just dumb as fuck because it sounded like somebody's middle school OC where it was like, yeah, I am the unwanted son of Darth Vader. I'm actually stronger than Darth Vader. I'm so like evil and twisted if you get on my bad side, but I'm actually really nice. Like, I don't know, I could never get into it. Sorry, I'm not a gamer. But maybe I am. Maybe I am a gamer, because if you know what we're playing today, we're playing a little bit of Family Guy for the PlayStation 2. What's it say? I've been watching you, sign like you popular enough for Twitch to add me to my recommendation. Then I got in a car accident and things got in a coma, so I know some things kind of. Okay. How are you doing? You doing alright? After your whole Family Guy incident? Welcome in, Shadow Puppet. I gotta say, Elder Scrolls is so funny because you play the Fallout Bethesda games and you say, well, the gunplay is okay, but the melee sucks. Only find out the company has been producing only melee games before this. Okay, but you gotta consider, like, has there ever, I mean, seriously, has there ever been a good first-person melee game? I don't think I've ever played a game with like first-person controls where the melee has actually felt really good. At most it's felt like, oh, you know what, this is workable, this is passable. But if you play shit like, you know, not Injustice, Infamous or whatever, Thief, I don't know, it never feels like you're in control of what happens. It looks like, it just feels like you're in the world's worst roller coaster 4D experience ride. Chivalry. Was Chivalry first person? Mac and X, shut the fuck up! I still haven't played Mac and X, you know, maybe one day on stream, but I don't know, man. To be honest, I don't know if this is a hot take or what. I don't really like first-person games. Like, they serve like an itch, of course. Like, sometimes you're just like, I want to shoot something in first person. And I feel like, yeah, that's fine. But I feel like if you put a gun up to my pits and told me to choose one, I would probably choose third-person games like 9 out of 10 times. I don't know, they just make me so claustrophobic. I think what it is first-person games really need you to be properly immersed, which means either good animations or good combat or anything like that, right? Because I was watching footage of Oblivion Remastered and it still looks like like all of the characters look really nice, all the character models and stuff, but they didn't change any of the animations for when you actually kill someone, so they just fall over. Like, you gotta know Mac and X. I know Mac and X! I know the Atlas game! I never played it though, and I was considering streaming it at some point, but you know, it's very hard to convince yourself to sit down and go like, let's go play an obscure game made by the Shin Megami Tensei devs that really nobody will enjoy except for me. Can we do a Family Guy Star Wars movie night? Good question. I was honestly thinking of doing like some kind of Star Wars thing for movie night, but you guys know how I feel about the Star Wars movies, where I sincerely think that there's not a single good Star Wars movie. And Star Wars as a whole has not been carried by like all the EU stuff, all the like the games and other pieces of media. Because if you ever try watching the movies themselves, none of them are good. They're all like kind of garbage. Okay, even like the original trilogy stuff, like I'm sure like you could say like, oh, from a thematic standpoint, they're actually really good. As a film critic, I like them. I find them boring as shit because it doesn't have anything I like about Star Wars. Okay, I don't give a shit about orphans in the desert or something. I like clones. I like droids. I like big ships. They don't have any of that in there. I forgot about your opinions. Yeah, my right opinions. It's an extremely base take because it's absolutely correct. The game is fun as shit to watch. We'll give it a. How about this? I'll play Mach and X the same day I play Baroque, okay? But no, I'm sure everyone feels the same way, where like, you know, you like games like Knights of the Old Republic, you like games like Battlefront 2, you like shit like, yeah, Pod Racer, exactly, Jaku. You like stuff like the Clone Wars show, The Mandalorian, you know, like every piece of Star Wars media that isn't a movie is actually pretty fucking good. But anything that, once you enter the goddamn movie realm, you know, you leave comic books and everything else like that, and you sit down and you're like, you know, let's watch the original trilogy. You feel like Obi-Wan should shove the hilt of the lightsaber down your throat and just turn it on, because they are aggravating to watch. Nothing happens, and they're all extremely boring. Actually, you know what? This might be a hot take. Also, I'm sorry. How do you prefer I say your name? Jumbo? Hot dog? Welcome in. Welcome in. I hope you're doing fantastic. Oh, can you please post that in the box for DTV? Guys, I can't open the box right now, okay? Because I'm signed into that alt on Discord because I was doing that stupid TikTok stream. And I'm just stuck on the account for Hardest Nutter 666 and I haven't been able to log out. So I'm sorry. Just watch him as 412536. Well, you guys want to know something? Okay. I don't know if this is like a hot take or not. But when I was in theaters watching The Force Awakens, I actually enjoyed it. I actually thought, like, you know, of all the Star Wars movies to date, that was probably like the best one I've watched. Because, I don't know, it was actually just like fun to watch. I guess it's like comparing swallowing water to swallowing alcohol, where you know, it actually went down smoothly and it didn't leave like an aftertaste in my mouth. Now, there were plenty of things wrong with it, obviously, little plot holes and the fact that it was just the original A New Hope, but, you know, fun to watch. But I don't know, I liked it. You know, I thought like the imagery was really good. I thought like the set pieces were really nice. All the designs were really cool. There's one thing I can't get over is hold on. This is such a stupid complaint, but I remember even as a kid I was really annoyed by this, where I'm trying to find like an image of what the fuck I'm talking about. Hold on. Okay, what's the name of the Okay. Now, a lot of times these little ship designs ended up being like, or not a ship designs, but like, here we go, okay. Sorry. It's like the dumbest complaint ever, but I'll pull it up for you, just so you can see what I'm talking about, alright? When they had like the, Whoa! Guys, I pulled up the images of the Star Destroyers and it crashed VTube Studio! Wait! Stop! Guys, I'm sorry you had to see my new PNG like this. It's actually quite embarrassing. Do you like it though? Do you like my new design? I don't know why the fuck that just broke everything. Jesus Christ. Alright, anyways, what I was gonna say was, look, okay, you see like the Imperial Star Destroyer here, right? The executors and stuff. And you see like this little bridge area they have because it's based on like real ships. And J.J. Abrams, when he sat down, was like, I'm gonna make this even better. I'll make it like bigger, like he did with the, you know, the Death Star. Except he just took the fucking bridge off. This is like if you bought a Lego set in a store and you took the head off the Bionicle and you were like, this is my Bionicle. I made this myself. I don't know, I always thought like, for some reason this specifically, along with the just bigger Death Star, really pissed me off, because like you couldn't even come up with like a new design for it. Like, they really, for the Death Star specifically, they were just like, oh, we made a bigger sphere. You know, the first sphere got blown up and shit. This one, you know, we plugged all the holes, no one's gonna blow it up, and then they blew it up. It's stupid. What benefit does the ship have for not being a bridge? I think it was just made by like, you know, designers that kind of lost the plot, because, you know, you look at this thing, it just has no sauce. You can't tell like what the fuck is going on or anything about it. The bridge like brings the whole design together, right? And then it just doesn't look like somebody's rock that they found outside. I thought this was really clean. There was absolutely no reason to get rid of this, but, you know, I guess when you're making everything look super sleek and cool, and maybe this is like a symptom of the little era that the new trilogy was made in, but you know, this was around the time where everything was getting really minimalistic, really sleek. Thankfully, we're kind of moving that from away from that for a little bit. But you know, they're just like, oh, what if we made the Stormtroopers sleek? What if we made the Imperial ships sleek? Okay, what if we made like everything sleek? Also, like the one thing that really pissed me off was the whole idea that like, yeah, there is a new republic, but they're not going to do anything about, you know, the Empire closing in on them. There's just another resistance, but we're gonna name them something else. Okay, they're not the republic. I don't know, it was just the fact that it was just the original A New Hope again, and you know, it's a shame because the movie itself was really fun to watch, but the actual content's like, you know, I literally had that moment where you ever watch a movie and you enjoy it while you're watching it and for like 5 minutes after you watch it, but as the days go on, like day after day, little thoughts start seeping in your head like, why the fuck was it just this? Why the fuck was it just that? Even in the movie when they announced like they're making a bigger Death Star, I groaned so hard. They still but the new ones are a serious downgrade. I don't know, they're not even like fun as a toy. What's the point of a big ship if there's nothing to attack? I think the bridge, everything aside from a design standpoint, if you're just looking at it as a toy, the bridge gives you something to attack and something to focus on when you're a kid. Whereas what the fuck are you gonna attack when you're, you know, a big flat object like that? Palpatine has returned. I love Palpatine. And to be honest, you know, I still haven't seen the 7th movie. No, not the 7th. The 8th movie and the 9th movie. I still have no idea what happens in those. I know they start doing some really scary green screen and get Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill back alive. But I don't know. There was a scene, I heard this, that I think it was the 8th movie, that Princess Leia started just flying for some reason. Like, you know, I think she was always force sensitive or whatever, but you know, just using it to like fly through space or some shit, it's a little silly. You're missing too much of them. Yeah, but like, are they even worth it watching for the experience? Like, even if I was to turn off my brain and not get mad about any of the connections to Star Wars shit, are they even just like fun to watch, or are they still boring as fuck? New Republic fucking sucks ass because they're like, we formed a new government to rise against oppression. By the way, we can't legally fight oppression. I know! Like, they just were like, oh yeah, we can't do anything. Everyone's busy. I'm not knowing, maybe the last one. I kind of want to watch the last one because I think it was so bold. I think it's a real shame though. You know, because honestly, I thought, what is it? As stupid as the way that they presented it, the whole idea of a stormtrooper defecting wasn't a bad idea. You know, stuff like that, but then they forgot about his character. For some reason, they keep plugging Poe Dameron as a character, but then they don't do anything with him either. I liked that Rey was a nobody at first. You know, she had no connection to Skywalkers, and then she just became a Skywalker. It's just, they got too scared of, like, making new ideas, that at the end of it, they were just like, put it back, she flies out. Okay, you know, you guys are really convincing me to watch 7 and 9. I think it's really interesting, though, looking in retrospect, because the same thing that happened with Game of Thrones happened with the sequel movies of Star Wars, where, you know, when 7 came out, it was like a 50-50 split. You know, honestly, it might have been like 60 to 70 to 40 to 30% split, that people actually enjoyed it. They thought it was like, okay, there might have been a couple missteps, but, you know, back then people were like, oh yeah, you know, the new Star Wars stuff might not be too bad. Not to be too bad. And then 8 came out and people were like, and then it started becoming like, you know, 40-60, and then the last movie came out, and I don't think I've heard a single person say anything good about it. Like, legitimately, I don't think I've ever heard anybody go like, you know, that was pretty good. So overnight, people just forgot that the sequels existed, and nobody ever talks about it anymore. Whereas if you were like around for when The Force Awakens came out, people would actually say, you know, this is a Star Wars movie. It's not the best one ever, but, you know, we can accept this as part of the canon. And now, but nobody just acknowledges them. Period. Movie night, maybe. If people are actually interested, I'd be happy to. I just don't want everyone to be like, movie night, and then I put it on everyone's eye. This shit sucks. I don't want to watch it anymore. Who asked for this? And then I can't like put a mirror up to you guys and say like, you guys asked for this, okay? You guys asked for this. I don't know. I think it's a real shame. I think the characters they introduced all had potential. Like, I like the idea of Kylo Ren just kind of being like, you know, a Darth Vader fanboy. But then they never do anything interesting with any of the characters. They just like forget about them. You know, more or less, they just like forget that they're characters and they just kind of put them from point A to point B and be like, yeah, you know, you do this here, you do that there. The end. Did he kill his dad? Han Solo? Right, he did. He did. For not really any reason. He was just like, I hate you, Dad. I thought the whole idea of the Knights of Ren were really cool. You know, because I hinted at. I remember like everyone saying back then, like, oh my god, the Knights of Ren, that has to be based off of Revan, right? From Knights of the Old Republic. And then nothing was done with it. Like, I think what sums up the whole sequel trilogy more than anything, and I think about the scene all the time, is, yeah, you've heard me mention this before, but in case you haven't seen a scene yet, I always think about this, okay? The scene where I think it was The Force Awakens, where they're like, how the fuck did you get that lightsaber? And that weird little Muppet looking creature, Muppet Mom,
a good question for another time.
just like, yeah, we didn't really we didn't really, you know, bother to come up with any reason or something. So fuck it. Just say, think about it another time. Worry about it later, and then they never address it. Well, who knows? Maybe they might address it in the Obi-Wan Netflix series, or the Book of Boba Fett, or something. He starts singing, "I'm Han Solo." Can we just watch that on loop for 2 hours instead? Did you hear about how Disney was paying people to make Star Wars memes to make it what? What was that? Where did you hear about that? I gotta go get bread, actual food. Take pictures of bread when you get it. Let me see this. Disney paying people to make Star Wars memes. I don't see anything about this. Did you lie? Did you just make up some shit? Which Star Wars character is you? I am, you know Pong Krell? From the Clone Wars? I'm like Pong Krell, okay? I'm like the Exile. I'm like Darth Nihilus, alright? I'm like Darth Bane. A streamer told me, now I'm skeptical. Yeah, I think they lied to you. I think they just kind of took you for the piss and you kind of just gobbled it up. They just like started pissing all over the place and you're like, I'm thirsty, let me have some of that. Force Awakens worked out the premise they would go, wow, here's this cool concept in the background. Yeah, and then they didn't do anything with it. Honestly, I didn't really trust J.J. Abrams even back then to answer any of the shit because you realize this was the same guy that made Lost. And he didn't answer like 90% of the questions that were brought up in Lost. So I don't know why anybody expected him to do the same with Force Awakens. Plo Koon is little me. Dude, Plo Koon is so fucking cool. Okay? I think I think George Lucas, just give him Star Wars back. Okay, like, I know the whole idea, I never believed in the whole idea of like, what's the word for this? Brand, protecting the brand, or like, you know, saving the name or whatever. You know what I'm talking about, right? Where it's like, you don't fuck up the brand by just shitting out trash. And it's bizarre because I've seen Disney fuck up their name so bad where no like when people say there's a new Disney movie, like 10-15 years ago, people would be running to theaters to see a shit, and now everyone's just like, yeah, you know, it's probably ass. There's no need to, you know, hurry up and see it. And it's the same with Star Wars, where Star Wars used to be like a revolutionary thing. Whenever you hear like there's a new piece of Star Wars media, everyone rushed to it. And nowadays, you know, there's a new Star Wars series every other month, and it's complete ass. And then what was it? What's the other one? Marvel. Not that any Marvel movie was really ever good, but you know, even back then you'd be like, oh yeah, Marvel's pretty cool. I love characters like Taskmaster and stuff, and you know, look what they did to my boy. Pong Krell commenting icons to shoot each other. It's literally me! I just wanted a relaxing stream and you reminded me of those movies. I think, like, more than anything, it's just a real shame that they became so ass. Then again, you know, I don't know anything about the 8th or 9th movie. Well, let's just watch it. Okay, let's just watch the fucking sequel trilogy, because I'll tell you guys what, okay? There's a Fortnite stream happening this Saturday for the new season of Star Wars, and you can get a free First Order Clone Trooper, not First Order Stormtrooper right now for free if you link your Disney account with your Fortnite account. I don't know what the fuck that Disney account is. I don't know what they're gonna send me. They're probably gonna send me malware through the mail. Abrams also did a new Trek as well. Maybe that's why he got the job. Yeah, I'm like 99% sure he did a new Star Trek. There was a character in the new Star Trek. Hold on. What's his name? J.J. Abrams Star Trek. What's the name of that Star Trek? Star Trek 2009, I think it was. And there was a background character that I was like, whoa. But I'll never be able to find that character. It was just like some random engineer. I think she was wearing like either yellow, blue, or red, and I was like, damn, she kind of cute. There's like one Star Wars product amongst like a fucking 100 of them every 5 years that's good. Yeah, Mandalorian was pretty good. I like Mandalorian because it's like an old western that's just kind of like literal aura farming. I think we're really missing out on shows nowadays that are just like westerns. You know what I mean? Like this kind of thing where nothing really happens, and it's just like the entire series is just aura farming. You probably, even if you haven't quote unquote watched a western, you probably have. You know, you've probably watched Samurai Jack. You've probably watched The Mandalorian. You've probably watched like even Fist of the North Star. Fist of the North Star, you could probably count as a western. I like those kinds of shows, you know, like, because at the end of the day, what is life but a bunch of aura farming and hype moments? For free with code Aka_. Yeah, guys, make sure when you buy the Star Wars Battle Pass coming out very soon, you use the creator code Aka_I. Exactly, like, I think you don't even need a good plot. And I say this completely seriously. You do not need a good plot or anything if your character is just fun to watch. You know, this is why the John Wick movies are really popular, because Keanu Reeves just has aura and he's fun to watch. You know, so I don't think you need to have like some Sonic 06 ass plot to make your movie interesting, because it's not gonna be, no matter what, if all your characters are boring as shit. Engineer should be yellow. Wait, it's based off original tracks. No, it should be in red. I'd have to find her again. Well, I don't really want to watch like all the Star Trek 2009 just to find a single background character, because I'm probably remembering her, you know, better than she actually looked. Maybe. All right, we're gonna start playing Family Guy in just a second here. Sorry for all the Star Wars talk. I feel like it's appropriate because, you know, it's almost May the 5th. No, sorry, May the 4th. Sorry, I got Star Wars Day mixed up with Cinco de Mayo. I'll find something to stream for Star Wars Day. Okay? It might not be around May 4th because, well, I'll be honest with you guys, my schedule for next week is pretty dog shit, so I'm probably not going to be streaming at all. We might just have movie nights. We'll see. But regardless, yeah, we'll have a good time anyways. Alright, I'm gonna switch the screen and we're gonna start playing Family Guy, the video game. It's good, Mario. How's it going? Welcome in, everyone. Fantastic. Now, I don't know how many like legitimate Family Guy fans we have in chat, but I am still watching Family Guy to this day. Family Guy's kind of in a space where it's actually kind of weird, because if you watch shows like American Dad, even the Cleveland show in its later seasons, they're all pretty good. Honestly, American Dad is probably like one of the best animated sitcoms on TV right now. Family Guy's kind of lost the plot a little bit. Like, I think it's still fun to watch, but you can really tell they're not like, you know, going all out on it, which is unfortunate. Now, every now and then, I would say Family Guy, at least once an episode, still makes me laugh out loud. But at a point, it doesn't even feel like you're watching a real show. It feels like kind of like a clip show, right? Like people, they know people are just gonna make like Family Guy funny moments out of it. But one thing I can't stand, and I guess this kind of ties into the whole like Star Wars Family Guy special or whatever. I hate when they do the parody episodes. I hate when they do parodies of Top Gun or Family Guy, or fuck Star Wars, or like they just did an episode where everything was a Hulu show. It was just kind of painful. My schedule's been rough. No, it's not. What do you mean? I'm still streaming 3 days a week. I'm sorry. I'm trying my best out here. Go man. But you know, I'm still a diehard fan of Family Guy. You know, it was one of those shows that I would make sure my mom was out of my room, and like she was like in bed, sleeping in her own room, and then I'd sneak on the TV after pretending to be asleep, and be like, "Hey, it's Family Guy time. No one's gonna stop me." I have, honestly, like, I love Family Guy. This feels very weird to say, but it's probably like a super fundamental show to me. You know, I grew up on it a bunch. Like, I've seen so much of it, and it's one of those things where if I so much as see Peter Griffin, I can't help but smile, because these are important characters to me. You know, it's the same way like Mario is, where if there was an afterlife and I woke up and I saw like Mario's silhouette, I would probably have the same reaction as if I saw Peter Griffin's silhouette, you know? Like, it's just being hugged by a warm blanket, except Meg. I don't know, they kind of like done Meg a little funny recently. Like, she's actually a pretty entertaining character nowadays. But it's like a whole family, you know. I wouldn't want to just hang out with just Peter or just Brian or Stewie. Not like a fucking moron. I don't know. Okay, well, the best example of this is somebody made an image. I'm pretty sure, like 99% sure it was a joke, of course. Where it was like this. I remember seeing this image floating online. It's based off of Maury, right? And I teared up at this because I was like, they look so precious here. Of course they'd be behind me. Like, you know, I've always imagined an afterlife being like just being surrounded by the things you love. And you know, this of course would include for me stuff like, you know, all the Animal Crossing villagers would be there. Mario would be there. Peter Griffin would be there. I love them. I legitimately love them. Like, obviously, it's not like, you know, fandom type love where, you know, it's weird or anything. Like, I don't think Peter Griffin is real, but it's one of those things that, like, you know, you have to admit, at least for me, myself, it's played a fundamental role in my life, as much as I hate saying it, because it sounds stupid. But yeah, they're important characters to me, man. I love them. I would be a Griffin. But I've never played a Family Guy video game, so this is my first time. I'll be able to tell you guys all the sick references. God. I rewatched Family Guy about like a year ago, through all those seasons, and it's honestly insane because I didn't realize how much of Family Guy I've watched. And it's not like one of those people that's like, you know, I've watched the entire series 20 times a year. Like, I watched it enough to know like where every single episode's gonna go, you know, one of those feelings. But I still watch it because it's very fun, it's bright, it's colorful, and you know, it's like a warm blanket, as they say. Alright, let's go play some Family Guy. Do you think the Underground Railroad and the stock market crashed? That's a good question. I guess, I guess we'll find out. It's a good thing, welcome in! Hey, Goopy, I love your new shit so much. How much is Tomama charging for all that? Because you got a lot, didn't you? Actually, I don't know if it's like every task. It just looks so good. It just looks so good. I hope she's not like super expensive now. It would be a shame if I had to go with anybody else but Tomama. Why the fuck is everything lagging to shit? It was a lot, but I'm not getting it all rigged yet. Well, you're smart. Why don't you just learn how to do live 2D shit yourself? Storm causing lag. Are you serious? Oh my god, you might not be wrong. Yeah, we had storm conditions earlier today. That's probably gonna dox where I live, but we had like, I don't know if you guys like pay attention to advisories and shit, but I had a thunderstorm advisory earlier today, and I just ignored it because Yeah, there's obviously some stuff, like if you get like a tornado warning. No, to be honest, like even if I get a tornado warning, I'm not gonna do shit about it. Like what am I gonna do if a tornado comes over here? It's not like I'm gonna go outside or like hide or anything. If a tornado decides to suck me up, there's not really anything I can do about it. And I feel the same way about a thunderstorm, but what can a thunderstorm even do? Like, yeah, lightning's bad, but then I just won't stand outside with an umbrella. Well, you know, last time lightning hit, actually, I lost power for 3 days. And it really sucked because literally everything in my fridge went bad. So I'm just kind of hoping that, you know, no matter what, that doesn't happen. Okay, but like, I don't think there's really anything you need to do for a thunderstorm warning. The winds were really bad, but I was okay. I was okay. That's why my nuts are. Is everybody going through a thunderstorm right now? It's scary out there, right? You gotta watch out for yourself. You might get bitten in the ass. All right, here we go. Yeah, cool bar. Shut up. All right, let's play Family Guy, the video game. This is my first time playing it. Can you believe that? Lifelong. You know, I should have titled this instead like lifelong Family Guy fan finally plays Family Guy. Oh my god, it's peak. Look how fucking crusty that logo is. God damn. Where's my plug? Where's my cable? Sorry, I'm trying to plug my PlayStation controller in, but everything's tied up. What are these like weird artifact shadows around everyone? What are you gonna do if you pass away and in the afterlife you find out you're in Quahog? You're in like this house, you know. It starts with a Family Guy cutaway where, you know, it plays that little theme and you see like the house exterior, right? And it zooms in and you're like waking up in the guest room. Great start. Family Guy uses an autosave. This is not autosave? Was autosave? I don't remember it being like super common back in the day. Autosave was like, oh god, when did things actually start using autosave? Now I don't know. Cause like GameCube shit didn't have autosave, right? I guess PlayStation 2 shit did. Yeah, luckily there's an Look, there's a Family Eye, dude! It was right there! What's wrong with me? Options. What do you think is in game options? Oh, autosave. They really probably this autosave thing, man! Controller options, vibration on, sound options, everything is all good. What's in special features? Cutaway games. Oh. Oh, I haven't unlocked any of the cutaway games. No! Okay, fine. Bang LOIS. I know for a lot of people, that's not a joke. Like, they think LOIS and Marge are like the hottest characters in anything ever, and I never really understood this. Because like, I don't know how you can look at a character like Marge Simpson and go like, I need you. I want you. Alright, here we go guys. Family Guy.
Still out here, huh? I have a responsibility to my PTV viewers, Brian. And nothing says must-see TV like a 5-day, non-stop Mr. Belvedere marathon.
Gotta say, I never really cared for that show.
You ever do this thing when you're watching Family Guy and you just like laugh? Like, sorry, when they reference something that you don't even know, like Mr. Belvedere, and you just have to go like, ha ha ha. What are you gonna do? Not laugh?
As soon as I broadcast my commands over the Fat Man's satellite dish,
Stop talking over the bits. I'm sorry. Marge had the episode where she got implants. What?
Why the devil are you dressed like that?
Oh, you made me skip it! Sorry, hold on. Dude, I cannot believe you're making this. Okay, if I Google Marge Simpson implants and I get anything other than an actual episode, I'm gonna flip my goddamn shit, okay? I'm gonna go ape. Marge Simpson implants. I'm sorry? The Simpsons, episode 2002. The Simpsons, large Marge. Marge accidentally gets breast implants. Breast implants. Okay, let's see. Guys, guys. You ever think you ever look at this shit and you go like, yeah, the writers were busting a fat nut. I think it's fair. Okay, I think like once every couple of seasons, if a show does well enough, the writers, the authors or whatever are allowed to have one fetish episode, okay? One where they just like go off their shits and come up with some stupid plot like, haha, no guys, it's like, look, there's no joke here. There's no like, haha, funny, it's just, she got huge breasts. There's no joke, there's no punchline, it's just, oh, I have milkers now, Homer. Well, let me guess, the joke is Homer sees them and he goes like, woo! That's fucked. What the fuck? How's it good morning, Remy? How's it going? What are you doing today?
Get on with it.
Sorry, did Stewie say something that got cut off? You know what this game feels like? It feels like I'm playing a Flash game. Something about the whole aura of it where everything is just like really low quality. It just...
Try hitting the jump button again when you're at the top of the first jump, genius.
Oh, look at that. It's got double jump. I think that's really cute. Look at that, man! The entire Marge episode was that she got a lot of free stuff. Oh, okay, so it's kind of like what happens to me. Not...
I must find enough power-ups to charge my ray gun. And
not the implants.
The American sage Helen Hayes once said, "I'm going to kill you."
How do they justify this in the universe? Like, how do you accidentally sign up for breast surgery? You know, I realized this while saying this. The answer is probably yes, but I was gonna ask like if anybody was ever like really into Meg as a character. There's so many characters in like different sitcoms and shit where you just have to look at it and go like, who is this character written for? Like, why do they exist? Like, oh yeah, no, Meg is my favorite. I love her.
Stewie, guess what word I'm thinking of right now? And it's not kitty.
I really wouldn't know.
Go on. Guess a word. But it's not kitty.
Is it kitty?
Get out of my head!
This... Guys, okay, count all the references you can find. I'm gonna be honest, I don't recognize what the fuck these are.
Cabinets yet? Mm-hmm.
But I know the evil monkey, okay? Can you imagine having a bedroom this spacious? Honestly, I think having a spacious bedroom is one of like the worst uses of square footage inside a house that you can have. Because like realistically, if you have a nice house, you're never going to be spending time in your bedroom, right? So it's just like pointless. Like my bedroom is like maybe a quarter of this size. Well, no, hold on. Yeah, okay, look. If I were to map out how big my bedroom was, it would probably be like around right here to cutting off where this bed is here. And I think like even that is a bit much. So I don't know what the fuck people would do with big bedrooms. Honestly, whenever people have big houses, 99% of that stuff is just like, there's no good use of space for any of it. And it's bizarre because you would think like if you have a big house, 99% of it would go to stuff like living room or kitchen or something, but they do stuff like, oh, here's a big foyer, here's a big bedroom. Like what are you gonna do in a big bathroom, big foyer?
Do you see that?
Like they always make like rooms big that you're never actually gonna be inside of. Can you show us a picture with your feet in the frame? Sorry, my feet are so big and delicious that they don't fit in a camera frame. okay, like all this stuff aside, like I understand. Listen, I would be able to understand stuff like big bedrooms, all right, even if I don't like it myself. But why would you get a big bathroom? You're not gonna have like a fucking party in the bathroom. Like it just makes no sense. Like a big bedroom might make sense because, oh, maybe your kids are playing around in there, maybe your dog sleeps there or something. But there's never going to be more than one person inside a bathroom at all times. So there's no reason whatsoever to make it big. But you'll see this anytime you're in like a huge mansion or some rich person's house where the bathroom is like the size of your living room. It's like, why? Big ass bathtub? No, the bathtubs are never big, even like. Oh, you know what? Isn't a lot of these that I see actually? A lot of these places will have like big hot tubs that no one uses. Also, you know what I don't like is
I must find enough power-ups to charge my ray gun, and then Bertram.
Big basements.
Of the American stage, Helen Hayes once said, "I'm going to kill you."
I understand basements because, like, oh, you know, you could put a TV in there and stuff, but like people that add shit like a home movie system or a bar to their basements blow my fucking mind. Because you know for a fact, once you get that bar installed, you use it like maybe once or twice and then never use it again. And it's same with the movie system, because at the end of the day, you're never gonna go down there to watch a movie. You're gonna sit in your bedroom on your phone, laying back and watching that shit. Where the fuck are these power-ups? Oh, I see. Hot tubs can get super gross. Yeah, because nobody ever bothers cleaning them. Well, to be honest, if you're running a hot tub anyways, I would imagine the big pool of hot water would be enough to obliterate any germs in there. You seen the bathrooms with 2 toilets in them? I have not. Why? Honestly, okay, like, I think the biggest case of excess I ever see is like when bathrooms have 2 sinks. Like, get serious. Like, anything you do with the sink will take maybe like a minute of your time. You're not spending more than like a minute brushing your teeth or washing your hands. Why the fuck do you need 2 separate sinks? Oh, but my boyfriend's stuff gets everywhere. That's what cabinets are made for. Is my dog dead? Brian, oh Brian, oh Brian. Is he okay? What's wrong? People have had TVs in basements since long before phones. I'm not saying like there's anything wrong with TV in a basement. I'm saying like when you get to the shit, well, like an actual home movie theater system, where an entire room is blocked out with soundproofing walls and like a big ass projector and shit like that, it's excessive. Like, you can just save that money by, you know, going to the movies instead if you really want that experience. It's like a gym. You don't need a home gym.
I'll need to get that door unlocked. Perhaps I shall use this mind control ray to force Lois to do it.
Okay, let's try this shit out. This really does feel like a Flash game. Like, it's kind of endearing in that way, to be honest.
Mommy, I'm doing the dishes. Well, it's too hot to cook anyway.
That's right, guys. I'm controlling the sexiest character in video games. I'm finally Lois Griffin.
Damn! It appears the microwave is disrupting my mind control. I shall need to use an indirect method. Perhaps something involving the dog?
What? Sorry.
No! My mind control device is intended for humans, not canines! No! My mind control device is intended for
Okay.
canines! No!
Oh, guys, big idea. Okay, well, listen. I can solve a Family Guy puzzle. This shit is nothing to me. I'm gonna possess Lois over here. And she's gonna slowly... Oh, she can't fast walk. She only does like this really slow slut walk from place to place. Okay, I'm gonna bring her all the way over here. Alright?
Ah, what's that smell?
And she's gonna turn the vacuum on. It's gonna scare the fuck out of Brian, and Brian will die.
Mr. Hoover's come to visit.
I don't want to see Mr. Hoover. It's not.
Serious question. Have they said a single original line? Well, no, I guess they have said a line because he's like, I must use the mind control button and hit the triangle button. Okay, yeah, I guess, but like 99% of the dialogue is just reused from the fucking show.
Hey, what's in this
Hold on, I want to check what's in the closet. Stop! Stop! Stop!
Ah, the toast is ready.
It almost feels like Lego Star Wars in a way. Oh my god!
Clean up the house, all right?
Legitimate jump scare.
Oh no.
This looks a lot nicer than a Futurama game. I didn't even know there was a Futurama game. How was the Futurama game?
Well, it's too hot to cook anyway.
Does anyone even talk about Futurama anymore? I know there was like a new season recently, and Futurama does this really annoying thing where they're like, now the show is finally over, and then like 10 years later, Matt Groening gets like $5 in the mail, and he's like, oh, I guess I'll make more Futurama. So I don't know if the new Futurama is any good.
Reach the roof in order to confront Bertram, and then perhaps work on a sweet tan.
Oh, this is like old ass Family Guy. Who the fuck is Bertram? It's a good morning, freak. How's it going? Welcome in. There was a Family Guy for PS2. Yeah, man. It's the best game in history. That's right, Robotic. We're playing Pink.
I'm new at this, but how about targeting our enemies with the lock-on feature? It's there for a reason.
Use the lock-on feature. Okay.
Hold it down. You can use it later release.
I never watched it after its first cancellation. Yeah, it feels like one of those things that's like, it's never really going to be good as the original. You're just going to be watching like the voice actors hang out, basically. Who are these people? I said, good news, everyone, and everyone clapped. It's kind of crazy how good Futurama is. I was watching it recently, and it's just like, it's never really aged at all. I had the exact opposite feeling of The Simpsons, where, you know, when people talk about The Simpsons, they're like, oh, yeah, man, I love The Simpsons, but too bad it got bad after like the first couple seasons. But anytime you watch the first couple seasons, nothing happens, and it just feels like you're watching the world's lamest 80s sitcom. You know, like nothing happens. I think like the first 5 seasons of The Simpsons are kind of like ass, to be honest. I don't know why people say they're good. They're really not.
Go all Black Hawk down on it. I shall destroy the remote and its owner.
Peanut, the horse is here. I have a soft spot for Seinfeld. I don't think Seinfeld is something you need to have a soft spot for. I think Seinfeld is legitimately timeless. It is like literal peak television. Like, you'll understand, okay? I loved Seinfeld and Family Guy so much as a kid that when we had like a little autobiography project back in, I think it was like 4th grade, no, 3rd grade, I was like, you know, I want to grow up to be funny like Jerry Seinfeld and Peter Griffin. And my teacher was like, that was a great job of using specific people as your examples. It sounds like you have a lot of role models you look up to. And I was like, yeah, yeah. I don't think you knew who Peter Griffin was. I don't get on the roof. Seinfeld is the only show to do a show about nothing, right? You know, it's kind of crazy how many sitcoms there have been since Seinfeld has come out, and none of them are like anywhere near Seinfeld levels. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of sitcoms I enjoy watching, but none of them are like, you know, when Seinfeld comes on, I sit back in my chair, I fold my arms, and I shut the fuck up and I pay attention. Whereas when, what do you call it? Shit like, Young Sheldon comes on, like, yeah, I'll watch it, but I also have my phone out looking at TikToks. I want to grow up to be like Peter Griffin. Something the essay about why a snake is hot sounds more tame. What? What snake? I don't know what you're talking about. Nothing in Seinfeld happens, like, actually. I like it better that way because I find it very canned and forced when, whenever TV shows try to do, like, you know, moral lessons or, like, you know, teach you about things, unless you're fucking Arthur or a show like that, I'm not gonna listen to, you know, the characters in the Big Bang Theory all collectively go like, that's right, that's why you shouldn't lie to your friends. In elementary or middle school, I had to write an essay about a role model, so I chose Eminem. Do you even like Eminem, or were you just like, oh fuck, who's the coolest guy in my mind? Eminem. Homer still clears Peter though. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, there you go.
Oh, God, my lawn! That's not what I meant by a bush cut. Damn it! My taco's ready. So is what I got.
Excellent. One of my sky hooks. Good
I-
thing my bribes at City Hall paid off.
Hey, don't forget to put in these hooks.
Why?
Because some infant gave me $100.
Ah, it's one of those cutaways like you see on television. However, this is a video game, so they are interactive. Succeed, and I'll get more power-ups for my ray gun.
What? The fuck? I shot him in the What? Because I don't even know what the fuck the objective was. I panicked, and for some reason my first thought was like, I need to shoot this guy in the dick. What was the goal? What was I supposed to do? I just murdered someone! I just put them on a fucking hook like... Oh my god, what's the movie where... Oh my god. Listen, my joke doesn't work if I sit here and I go like, I put them on hook, like that one movie where somebody was put on hook. What the fuck am I thinking about though? Like, it was that like found footage movie, the scary movie where everybody ran out of food to eat. No, it wasn't Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Why is everyone saying Texas Chainsaw Massacre? I have never seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm talking about the first person, like Cloverfield kind of movie where Blair Witch. There you go. All right, now pretend like the last 3 minutes didn't happen, and then I just go, "Wow, guys, a Blair Witch moment. Am I right?" Analyzed. I feel like we talked about this before. I actually talked about Blair Witch a decent amount, which is kind of, you know, surprising because I don't even really like the Blair Witch. But you'll notice this a lot, where for some reason I bring up things a lot even though I don't have a personal interest in them.
That's quite a gap.
For some fucking
My
reason.
glide apparatus.
His whole thing was putting people on hooks. I thought his whole thing was chainsaws. Yeah. It's kind of weird how many of these like old horror villains don't really have like any sort of motives or any character, which I guess makes them, you know, more scary in a way. But at the end of the day, it's like somebody that just like kind of needed therapy and didn't get it, and that was like the whole like scare factor, I guess. Like if you put like what's his name, the Texas Chainsaw guy and Jason into like a rehabilitative home, they would have like, you know, not done half the shit that they did. Small talk. I don't think it's small talk, man.
How dare you defy me?
Not so fast, Bertram. I'd rather the dish be...
I know they're in 3D, but they look like really shitty Flash characters. What the fuck?
Hey,
They look so off model.
if that's Meg or some kind of squirrel, I'm gonna get my shotgun.
Fool! I tricked you into destroying your own satellite dish. Now I can proceed unimpeded with my own plan for world domination.
Why did he have to trick him if he was already fucking around with the...
Wonderful toys.
Goodbye, Stewart.
This is like the beautiful Joe
Hey,
boss.
some kind of squirrel or Meg, stop interrupting my program.
Peter! Oh my god! Brian, call an ambulance. I'll go get my purse.
Dude, everyone looks so off that it's like kind of charming.
Lucky trailer park.
They look like Go Anime characters.
Been planning this attack for some time. But what's his master plan? I must find out. Therefore, I have no choice but to shrink myself down and infiltrate his lair within the fat man's testicles.
I don't think you need... I don't think you need to do that. I don't think... Guys, how old were you when you realized
You know,
that a
I've been coming
vasectomy...
up to this hospital so often, they should name it after me.
Ooh, death is here. I better get to the fat man before he does.
How old were you? Oh my god, I can't fucking talk. How old were you when you realized the vasectomy wasn't literally just cutting off the fucking balls like they did to cats and dogs? Because like whenever I hear about like, you know, guys being afraid to get vasectomies, I'd be like, yeah, you know what, that feels understandable. I wouldn't want like, you know, my fingers cut off or anything like that. But I think like what they do is they just like put a microscopic plunger in your ass that kind of makes its way to your balls and then clogs it so you can never, you know, bust a fat nut again. I literally never thought that. Why not? It feels like it's the natural thing to think.
We have a code brown, baby with a ray gun. Help!
Ah!
All right, you medical maggots. This is the big one. Time to earn our pay.
What do you call this kind of game? Where it's not like it's not like a beat 'em up. It's kind of just like you walk around and you click a button and things fall over. I guess that is a beat 'em up.
Silence that harpy behind the counter.
I thought they just tie your balls in the nut. Well, like they do to like a cherry stem? Like what are you talking about? I'm back from the grocery store. There's a guy on a phone call talking about going to the street club with his granddad. Desmond, did you know, with this in mind, why is there a moves list? Did you ask to join? Or did you just get kind of shy? Oh, there's a lock on, I forgot, sorry. What's a lock on button? Oh, the charge! There's so many of these guys!
Ow, my pinky!
Vasectomies are easier than tying tubes, non-invasive. By non-invasive, you mean like you don't actually have to like do anything into the body, right? So like, hypothetically speaking, what are you talking, like, could you do this shit without like going internally in their body? Like if I was to learn some fucked up jiu-jitsu type shit, I could probably like give vasectomies as part of a combo, or like what are you saying? No, he can't do DMC strats. All he can do is walk in a circle and shoot his fucking gun.
Oh, my duodenum.
The particular strip claw is expensive and mid. I don't understand the whole concept of a strip club. Like I know it's like haha funny boobies dancing in front of my face, but like it's not like you can bust a nut there. So like what? Why bother? I just don't see the point, especially people that go to a strip club with other people. Like what's the game plan there? Like you look at your friend and go like, yeah man, you hard too? Yeah, me too, buddy. Well, what's the plan? Why? I'm gonna die. In case you don't know, you get the fireworks after just without the swimming. So all your spermoids just get kind of like tired, or like what are you saying? Because my first game over. Oh.
You don't have to come out to this hospital so often. They should name it after me.
Ooh, Jeff is here. I better get to the fat man before he
Going to a strip club and busting, isn't it frowned upon to like bust in a strip club?
Hey, keep out of there.
Wouldn't everyone be like, ew, if you did? It's like, oh man, what the fuck, yuck. They have to cut into the scrotum, but it's not like cutting into the abdomen for tube tying. Okay. So like if I was really skilled with like a katana or something, like, you know, if I could do judgment cuts, like Virgil! The girls talk to you and are nice and breasty. You could get the same experience from Twitch then! Just go to any VTuber stream. You don't need to go to a fucking strip club for that shit!
You will put that baby down for a nap.
It's a hostess club, except they're not wearing strips. Why don't they have like... Yeah, here's an idea, okay? Strip clubs, except instead of like anybody stripping, it's just people are really nice to you. Just like, there's no like horny factor or anything like that. Nobody has their tits out. Everyone's just like really nice, and you know, for the experience you pay for, they just act like they care about you in general, and they talk to you, and they compliment you, and they give you a pat on the back. You know, you go in there and you're like, you know, I don't feel like I did a good job on my presentation at work today. And they're like, oh, honey, it's okay. I think you did amazing. And you're like, you know what? Maybe I did. That's not a Hooters! What fucking Hooters do you go to where they give you positive affirmations? I'm gonna get beat to death again. I'm sorry, guys. I kind of deserve it. That's my bad. I hate the character speed in this. Enemies too fast, characters too slow. Lemon, I know you're right, but it's like... It's like, oh, what do you say? It's like a game dev looking at something and going like, I can see the numbers. I don't think the Family Guy game is a good game. You're right.
Oh, my duan.
It's like the whole game is kiting, man. It fucking sucks. There's things like that here. They're called coffees with legs and the girls wear short skirts. Guys, okay, I think you're completely misunderstanding me. How many times have I said this isn't like anything horny? You guys are all going like, what if the girls had big boobs? What if they had short skirts? No, I just want people to be nice to me. If I go inside a store, a cafe, it should, okay, $1 billion idea, okay? Nice cafes. You go in, somebody attractive to you comes up to you and says, hey, I hope you're doing okay. Oh my gosh, I missed you so much. And then you sit down and they say cute things to you. And, you know, they compliment you. You're like, oh, is that a haircut? Oh, your clothes are so cute today. If you're busting a nut to that shit, that shit's on you, okay? I'm not saying that any of these people should be like, you know, particularly breasty or... This fucking sucks, dude. Compensated dating.
Ow, my pinky.
It doesn't have to be dating, man. There's no like romance implication. Listen, okay, if you're the kind of person that's like, oh man, somebody was kind of nice to me, I should date them. I don't think the nice cafe is a good environment for you, okay? You're not invited. I'm sorry, that was me. You're still invited. I felt bad. This is like Diablo gameplay, man. This sucks. Dude, I'm gonna say a game, and like, if you know what I'm talking about, you're gonna know exactly what I mean, okay? This is just Torchlight 2. This is literally the gameplay of Torchlight 2. Host club. No, because host clubs are still horny. Like, nobody's nice to you at a host club. Everyone's just like, oh man, my breasts are so like lactatey today. If you buy more wine, I think I might just bust. Like, that's not what the nice cafe is about, okay? I have a vision here, and you guys can't get your fucking dicks out of it. How did you do that? How did I do what? This bitch didn't play Yakuza host side story. Alright, well, I'll tell you what. You can go to Japan, okay, as a gaijin, and you can be like, hi, watashi wa, very horny desu, and then they would put you in a host cafe and you're gonna get scammed out of $1 gajillion. Real life isn't a fucking Yakuza game, okay? Japan isn't Yakuza. You're not gonna go in there and, you know, get sub-stories unlocked by the cute waitress. Get through the security doors. You know, maybe I'm just missing the security doors. This is not a security door. This is not a security door. Where's the security door? Is this a security door? This is not the security door. I imagine I have to kill the bitch with the alarm. Oh my! How the fuck were you supposed to know that glass was breakable? Okay, like jokes aside. What the fuck? It said get through the security doors. It didn't say break the fucking window!
Ow, my pinky.
Good game. Good game. Alright guys, let's go. Let's keep going.
If I destroy that red junction box, these laser walls will disappear.
There's a couple like facilities that I have in mind, you know, in general. Like, I've mentioned this before, but I would love to, you know, create a chain of hotels called like stop and go hotels. Because you know when you have like a little bit of free time in your day and you're like, well, you know, I don't want to just stand out here in the middle of nowhere, but it's not like I can order a hotel. You spend like $5, you get a nice little room, you can sit in there and you can watch Family Guy on a TV. You know, it'd be better than just like sitting at a bus stop doing nothing. Should mark that spot with yellow paint like how Resident Evil does it. This is exactly why that kind of stuff exists, okay? Dude, I'm trying to do like some crazy fucking rebound shots, but it's not working.
Shirt stuck in the nurse's shower. Security to the nurse's shower, please.
Those are literally motels. You cannot, like, when you go to a motel, you have to spend the whole night there. Okay, you can't just spend like $5 to sit in a motel and watch Family Guy. I'm saying if you're like waiting for a bus or something, waiting for a train, maybe you like, you know, need a break on your way home from work. $20. Japanese libraries. Elaborate. Go on. Explain. Airports have something like that. Yeah, exactly. Airport lounges. No, that's it. That's it. Exactly. Now, a lot of people will say, like, you know, oh, you could just go to a restaurant or a pub or something. But, you know, maybe you just want to be by yourself in a little capsule. Maybe you just want to watch a little TV or check your phone without committing to eating some shit. Because let me be real honest with you, I do not like public restaurants or, you know, pubs or bars or any of that shit. I do not like having a bunch of strangers yucking up their mouths around me. Press R1. R1's not doing shit. Okay, I know I'm supposed to be doing like crazy rebound shots right now, but the problem is like there's no way to tell where the fuck the rebound is gonna go. Oh.
Where does a baby get a ray gun?
So, was that supposed to be like a British accent? I'm not using R1 to aim. You have to do some like crazy JoJo strats to shoot things right now. Yeah, guys, I think we have a backseater in chat right now. Cringe.
One of them's not dead.
Dude. Come on. Yo, this is like Counter-Strike gameplay, man. We're just both poking corners and taking shots. Dude. If I die from this, so help me God, I don't think I could play video games ever again, okay? Oh! That's right, gamers. Somebody is outside right now, I don't know if you can hear them, but they have like a megaphone or something, and they're saying like... Well, I don't know what the fuck they're saying. I hope it's not like, you know, the world is ending or something, because it would really suck if I missed out on that shit.
Oh, man. Look at him squirm.
Okay. Oh! Calling Dr. Beat. Emergency.
Aren't you guys dead yet?
Guys, are there any people in here that have TikTok and haven't, you know, joined the Akai TikTok group where I can send you cute videos and shit? Counter-Strike, you mean Fortnite Ballistic? Guys, can we all get this? Wait, I don't have a clone trooper skin, man. We can all be clones doing Fortnite Ballistic. What a fucking waste. I'm not gonna lie, I don't understand anything going on right now. Welcome to the Akai stream experience, am I right? It's like advanced Frogger.
Dr. Smith to the ICU.
Water and electricity. A wonderful combination when thinking about LOIS, but here and now it may feel like progress.
Oh, this really sucks. Oh my god, it's worse than like Mario 64 lava shit. They'll be back, don't worry. I like clones, man. I like... No, to be honest, like, I watched all of Clone Wars. I didn't... If you were one of those people that, like, followed the guide of, like, Clone Wars essential episodes, and you didn't watch all the episodes, I think you're a little bitch. But at the same time, so much of the Clone Wars, just, like, nothing happens. Like, I don't know if this is a hot take or whatever, but I did not give a shit about, the orange bitch, Ahsoka Tano, as a character. Yeah, even Anakin was like, shut the fuck up, Snips, I should beat your fucking skull in. I think Anakin was only good in the series once it became, like, clear he was, you know, going to some dark side shit. Because that was funny as fuck.
I have more pressing matters.
I kind of like the live-action Ahsoka. Did you actually watch the live-action Ahsoka? I didn't think anybody did. You know, to be 100% honest with you. I thought it was one of those things like the Obi-Wan or like Book of Boba Fett series where, you know, they make it for like literally nobody, so nobody watched it. Like, who really sat here and was like, I want to see more of Ahsoka Tano. Thank you.
Victory is mine!
I care more about whatever Subplex Rex was up to. I like the clones! The Clone Wars should have just been about the Clone Wars. Like, whenever it got to, like, any Jedi shit, I fell asleep. Now, the Sith shit was good. The Sith shit was good.
From an electron microscope and a coil from an MRI machine.
Rosario Dawson. I do not know who Rosario Dawson is. I have no idea who that is.
When does a baby get a ray gun?
You know what? Honestly, this is kind of cute. I like, you know, it does remind me of like an old classic arcade beat 'em up, even though it plays like shit because there's just like little background things like this that I think are really adorable. She was in Clerks. I've never seen Clerks. Like, you want to know what my experience with Clerks is that every stoner I knew was like, you gotta watch Clerks. You would really like Clerks. Clerks reminds me of you. You gotta go see Clerks. And I was like, I don't think I want to see Clerks, man. What is that? Oh, it's Chris's pimple. It's Chris's pimple.
What I'm talking about. Me on the big screen. Oh yeah.
Sorry guys, obscure reference. Can't get over how Ahsoka is literally naming an English speaker Icy. What? Elaborate. Darth Maul coming out was kind of random. I don't think it was that random. I liked his... Darth Maul in the Clone Wars was really good. I enjoyed his whole plot. I thought it was really, cool. I liked Cad Bane too. I think Cad Bane was literally just like me. They're not really stoner movies. Jay and Silent Bob definitely is though. Is it Clerks, Jay and Silent Bob, or am I thinking of something else? I always thought Clerks and Jay and Silent Bob were the same thing. Isn't that what her name is from? Ah, Ahsoka. I don't think that was the joke. Was it the joke? There's no way, like, Dave Filoni, well, he was writing Clone Wars, was like, I'm gonna make the craziest Japanese pun ever, but it wasn't like a pun, it's just... It's like, if you named a character, oh yeah, I get it, man. Where am I supposed to go here? I don't want to fall down here. If I fall down all the way, I think I might literally scream like a goddamn hyena. Jay and Silent Bob are in Clerks, but they have their own movie. They're also in Mallrats, Chasing Amy, all Kevin Smith movies. Let me ask you guys something. Who here, has anybody seen that one movie that's like Falling Down? I think it's like one of my favorite movies just because it's like a major crash out and I think it's funny as fuck. But nobody knows what the fuck I'm talking about whenever I say it. Sorry, gonna call it early. I need some sleep. You don't need to apologize. It's okay. Sorry, I can't go on. Oh my god! I could not fucking see that. Okay, hold on. Look at this shit. Could you see that? That is bullshit. I can. Thank you for the 15 bits, sure. I'll take good care of them. Okay, you don't have to worry about it. Never heard that one. I haven't seen it. Okay, well, we'll watch it for a movie night. The whole premise of the movie is somebody just like loses their shit, has a major crash out, a big you know, IOX Aka moment, and goes ape shit. It's a fun watch. It's a certified classic, you know. Was that pointless? No fucking use whatsoever. Also, thank you so much for the gift sub, Joel. I appreciate it. Go to bed. Go to sleep. Okay, dream about cute things like you know, dancing and TikToks. This actually reminds me of Beautiful Joe a lot. Something about the art style. Get the condenser for the... Did I not do that? Oh, no, I didn't eliminate all the enemies. Sorry, I was supposed to get this guy. Okay, there we go. Get the microscope condenser. Okay, I did. Woo! Jesus.
Lord, it feels like I'm gonna give birth to a... Best stop that.
Let's give birth. Bro. Dude. Oh, I can't give any more than that! Oh, come on!
I want morphine! Oh,
Guys. Really good game right now. Okay, really good game.
Hey, only interns are allowed to do that. Alright now, enough is enough, you little brat.
I mean, would this not work though? Like it's literally just like, what's the term? Suction. Well, the opposite of suction. Induction, I guess. I need help so bad. I'm gonna fucking die again. Why are the women's in the bed so huge? Well, I'm a baby. You know, everything is big to me. I don't know my ABCs. I don't know my numbers. I don't know my 1, 2, 3s.
Why am I bothering?
Please tell me you have a quote bot for Let's Give Birth. I do not, unfortunately. If you want to spend your fucking V-Bucks, okay, your I-Bucks on that shit, by all means. Can I not pick up these babies? You know, this kind of reminds me of like particle effects in Astrobot. They're kind of just fun to knock around. I wish I could like do anything with them. But you can't. They're just gone. What do you think the storyboard room for this was? When somebody was like, guys, put in the pregnancy ward and make it so Stewie can jump on everyone and everyone gives birth. It'll be really funny, okay?
Okay, let's make some barricades. Whatever it is, we've got to stop it. The doctor said there might be explosive complications. I wonder what that means. I have a craving for explosives, and my boyfriend works at the armory, so...
Okay. Great game. Bangs! You know, I made it myself. Did this get glitched in here? Are you serious? PR saying, you guys cannot have the player shoot a pregnancy ward. Well, in fairness, okay? In fairness to the Family Guy writers. In fairness, right? It's not like you shoot the pregnant women. Okay, you just like shoot everyone around them, so you know it's fair. You know, all's fair in love and war. You cannot get this it's glitched. It's actually glitched. Come on, man, really? I'll never get 100% now. I'll never get the upgrade. Bruh. I'll always be playing this game at like half power now. I'll be playing the entire rest of this game at half mast because of this shit. This fucking sucks.
Now my ray gun does more damage. Soon birds from your ovens shall come.
This game is extremely PS2. It feels like... Not PS2. It feels like, I mean, listen, I said this like a billion times, right? But it just feels like a Flash game. This doesn't even feel like PS2 shit. It just feels like a 3D Flash game. It's a Castle Crasher shit. Alien hominid. So all things considered, I don't think it's a bad game for what it is. Now, could you imagine spending $60 back on it back in the day? That'd be something else entirely. But you know, this by itself, not too bad. Not too bad. Then again, I'm just saying this because I got the game for free. I mean, sorry, I spent money on it. You know, really good game design is having was it the mobs that can revive other mobs just be bullet sponges. You know, they just have more health than every other enemy in the game. Oh my god.
This laser grid is more complex. I must direct my ray gun blasts more accurately.
It's a really long level, man. For free and a legal giveaway. Well, honestly, it wasn't. Okay. If I were to Google how much this game was, I don't think I'm gonna shit my pants. I guarantee you, if I look on eBay, this game is gonna be worth like $5 at most. Yeah, it's not like a Breath of Fire 4 situation. Speaking of Breath of Fire 4, guys, if you haven't gotten Breath of Fire 4, it is now on sale on GOG for $10, which is actually kind of crazy. Go check out Breath of Fire 4 if you don't. It has some of like the most gorgeous art ever, especially for pixel shit. I guarantee you, you will defecate in your fucking bowels. Healers being tanky is a common trope. You're right. I apologize to Family Guy, the video game. I was the one wrong here. Never played a Breath of Fire game. I don't even know what it's about, just the name. Breath of Fire is like Capcom's traditional turn-based RPG contender. It is very good. Every Breath of Fire game is like, yeah, you play as this guy that can turn into a dragon. His name is Ryu. And then you have his girlfriend who's into magic, Nina. Did you love that trope? When the guy gets the sword and the girl's like, oh, I'm a dainty bitch, I can only use magic. Such a weird idea. The whole thing that like, oh, girls are better at magic, but guys are better at raw strength. It's like the same shit I believed in Pokemon as a kid. I was like accidentally sexist towards myself when I first played Pokemon because for some reason, I don't know if like something in the game confused me or somebody told me a lie, but I legitimately believed like, oh, male Pokemon are stronger. Female Pokemon are only for breeding. So I was like, oh man, you know, this Pokemon's really cute, but it's a female, so I can't use it. I legitimately believe this. I think somebody fucking lied to little baby Aga I, and I just like went along with it for years. I'm a sucker for story-rich turn-based stuff. It is really good for that, honestly. It's also just very fun. You should definitely give it a chance, if not. It's $10, man. What do you gotta lose? If you also have like a Vita, you know, you can play Breath of Fire 3, and Breath of Fire 2, and Breath of Fire 1, and Breath of Fire 4. Honestly, you could probably play all the No. Then you'd be missing out on Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter for the PlayStation 2. Anyways, it's all on my mind right now because I'm seeing it all over my Twitter feed, and also I spent the last couple of days just playing Breath of Fire 3. And I honestly gotta say, like, is there anything worse in a fucking RPG where all the enemies have you fighting for your fucking life, and then you get to the boss and the boss is just like, nothing? Are you serious?
This laser grid is more complex. I must direct my ray gun blast more accurately.
That's right, guys. I was describing the Family Guy video game the entire time. Is there like a legitimate way you're supposed to hit that fucking little thing to disable the laser grid, or is it just completely fucked? Like you just have to keep guessing like a little idiot until it happens. What is this shot? When the fuck did I have this gun? When was my gun green? What? Green gun, okay, sure. It's more powerful now, I guess. OC is like actually alright. Well, in fairness, okay, listen, Breath of Fire 3 was the first game to... Yeah, it's really funny. If you want to know a little piece of trivia for Breath of Fire 3, they wanted to go with like a normal soundtrack and stuff. But the composer was like, fuck you guys, I really want to make like jazz music right now. They're like, don't fucking do that. And he was like, no, I'm really gonna do it. And so he just made the entire OST, even though it was like a fantasy game, completely jazz. And it's really good. And it was like kind of the first example of this shit. I know it's really common nowadays with shit like Persona and whatever, but you know, it's a very, very nice soundtrack.
That popped the blood vessel. Right in the sky.
I want to make jazz. Put jazz in my turn-based RPG. I just heard about Claire Obscure the other day. It looked fun and interesting, though I don't have the hardware for it. What is Claire Obscure? That sounds familiar to me. I still really need to play Shadow Hearts sometime because I had a lot of people recommend it to me and it feels like something I'd really like. But if I remember right, it's only for PS2 and you know, I can't play PS2 games on my Vita, unfortunately. You know, I can only play shit like PS1 stuff. You know, I can only play Xenosaga. French JRPG. Ugh. Sorry. So it's like Expedition 33 then, yes? Persona if it looked that. Alright, hold on, I'm really curious. Let me look this up. Claire Obscura. Oh! Claire Obscura, why did you just say Expedition 33? What the fuck did... I've never heard somebody call it Claire Obscura. What? I didn't even know it had that name. That's like if you were like, you gotta play this brand new Shin Megami Tensei game. And I didn't know what the fuck Shin Megami Tensei was, but really you were talking about Persona. Like come on. Apparently it's from the good side of France. I don't think France has a good side, to be fair.
The MRI machine. It's in use. I shall have to find the power switch. A stray blast could destroy the equipment. I must use mind control.
Okay. You gotta watch Boku no Hero Academia. I actually did. I watched, you guys know that new series for My Hero that came out recently? Vigilantes or whatever? I watched that. And, I don't know. I don't really got anything to say. It was alright. I guess it's kind of funny because, what do you call it? One of the guys is literally just like Solid Snake. No, sorry, not Solid Snake. He's like Naked Snake. If his mask covered the entire upper half of his face, and it wasn't just a bandana. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't really think it was better than My Hero. He just made Deku again as a character. it's just the same fucking character again, you know? There's not really anything different. Art style is much prettier in Vigilantes. I guess? Yeah, I think what really turned me off from this show was, you know, typical anime shit where the main character, the dude, was like a college kid, the guy was like an old guy, but of course they had to have the girl be a high schooler and put her in like some really skimpy shit and have her gallivanting around everywhere. I don't know why that shit is so normalized, but it like really weirded me out watching it, because the entire time she's like grinding on shit and it was like, oh, don't put that on the screen.
This tank has a nipple. This tank.
Does Quagmire's voice sound a little off to you? It's like they could bring in every single character for voice acting, but yo, Quagmire's voice actor was like, I don't want to be in the game. Don't put me in. Don't do that. Draw a normal woman to be sexualized and then make her 15. Yeah, it's just, it's hard to watch. It is legitimately like off-putting. Like, you know, there's no need. Like, if every other character in that show is like an adult, why do this shit?
Are you the head nurse?
Stay away from me!
Hey, wanna play doctor?
Ugh! Herbert cooties!
That's right, guys. In the Japanese version, they said hentai.
No one help me!
Oh, do I have to like sheep herd them into the laser?
Hey nurse, can you examine this lump?
Oh God, I'd rather die! Oh, why is no one helping?
If he could do Stewie and Peter and Brian, why couldn't he do Quagmire? I'm pretty sure Quagmire is voiced by Seth MacFarlane, isn't he? He voices like 90% of the characters in the fucking show. I think literally the only characters he doesn't voice are the female characters.
Just need one more person.
But he was like, I'm not really feeling Quagmire today, guys. How can Aka impersonate a sex pest without throwing up? That's right, guys, because I am a sex pest. Did one of the women just like glitch out of existence? She's not here anymore. She's just gone.
Oh my God, female X-rays! Hey, anyone have a towel?
The shoveler couldn't have been a priority. Well, no, you don't know that. Maybe Family Guy back in the day was supposed to be like a multimedia billionaire franchise, and because this game didn't do so well, Seth MacFarlane had to give up on that shit. Okay, maybe I'll just clog it up with Glenn.
Here, God, make it stop! Make it stop! Wait a sec. No, just constant pain.
It didn't work.
The MRI
That's bullshit. Why didn't you just like vanish out of existence? Monster Hunter Academy. Sorry, not Monster Hunter Academy. My Hero Academia. Oh my god. What's this message say though? My Hero Academia was supposed to be in college, but editors made the author change it. You know what that reminds me of? You know when they were first making the anime for what's that one? Cyberpunk? You know, it was just supposed to have like Lucy and the guy and then all the other characters. But Studio Trigger was like, we're not gonna make this show unless you let us make a child character.
Dear God, make it stop, make it stop. Wait a second.
And we're gonna put her in a really fucking skimpy outfit.
Lovely. The power switch is
And then they like,
blocked by
were like, okay, fine. Like, why?
someone to block the emitters.
Monster Hero Academy would be so peak. I know, guys.
Are you the head nurse?
Because you know what's out later today? Actually, I don't know if it's already out. But Arch-Tempered Raydal, guys, is right there. You know, it's just waiting for you. That's right, guys. And instead of watching the Aka Eye stream, you could be playing Monster Hunter with some brand new shit.
Oh, why is no one helping?
Are you the head nurse?
Stay away from me.
That's right, guys. Head, like a penis. Do not despawn! I swear to God, if you despawn, I will eat my fucking computer. Go through the door, go up. Please don't! That's fucking Diablo gameplay! Okay, holy shit, there we go. What is this, Path of Exile? You think Seth... I almost said Seth Rogen. Seth MacFarlane played this game and was like laughing his fucking ass off? Serious question. Do you think like Seth MacFarlane laughs at his own jokes in Family Guy? Or do you think like he doesn't even bother? Like the whole mindset of like, you know, I don't find this funny myself, but I'm sure somebody out there does. Because I think about this all the time. You know, if you were a comedian, there's no way you're laughing at every single piece of material that you're writing up. Right? You don't even think like half of it is funny yourself, but you're sure like somebody's gonna like this. I might as well put it in. This game is total shit. I'm loving every single second. Good. Because you know, this game is based off of my life. That's right, guys. I'm a Seth MacFarlane character. Do you laugh at your own jokes? It's not so much me laughing at my own jokes as I am only capable of laughing at my own jokes. Nobody has ever made me laugh ever. And, you know, the Aka Eye existence is just to say something, chuckle at myself, and move on with my life. How do I get up here? Okay, can we stop, like, the moaning for a second? I can't... Wait. Oh! No! God. He knows we'll gobble it up. That's right, guys. I spent years, you know, rooting your senses of humor. Just so that when I play the Family Guy video game, you guys could all laugh at Seth MacFarlane's very funny jokes.
Huh. Hidden pornographic scene viewable by pressing up, up, down, down, left.
It didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work.
Okay, rule 1 for fugitives.
It didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work?
Anyone see you?
Up, up, down, down. It's not working! Up, up, down, down, left.
Like martinis.
It's not the Konami code though. Okay, that wasn't the Konami code. You're a fake gift. What the fuck? That should have at least done a fake out. That's what I thought it was, but I just ended up skipping the cutscene by accident because of it. Dude, if your dog moves like this, check that motherfucker for rabies.
Dog meat over here.
rule 1.
What's the implication here? Like somebody breaking out is gonna yell about a dog so that the guard comes over and beats the dog to
Let
death?
anyone see you.
Okay. Brian has stealth gameplay. How do you know this? Brian cannot be detected in shadows!
Left past the Indian burial chamber.
I love stealth gameplay.
That's cruel and unusual punishment.
You know what I enjoy? Hiding things up my bum.
Okay, I got it. You see, this is actually a very good and very fair game.
That's the second most disturbing thing I've ever seen. Hi, I'm Brian, and this is the first of my interactive non-sequiturs. Play this successfully, and I'll turn invisible for a short period of time. Thanks for listening.
No, my controller disconnected! No, my controller! Oh. What's wrong with this image, Brian? It's just two guys bathing each other. Grow up! Actually, on that note, I have to do a very, very quick BRB. Actually, I guess
these things to each other.
For the first part of the BRB, I don't actually need to like mute or anything. I'm just gonna like turn up my fan real quick. But you see, the only way I can do that is standing on top of my chair and hoping I pull the right button. So give me a second. It's like on a string. It's one of these ceiling fans that has like a little drawstring, but I can't reach it. It is like 8 feet off the fucking floor for some reason. Hold on. Oh my god, my legs are shaking.
We're having fun.
Okay, there we go.
Jail fun.
Okay. BRB. Don't fall. I almost did. Alright, be right back.
Stop running, you.
Attention all officers. Please remember to warm your hands before frisking perps. Thank you.
You run faster than my stepdad. We're having fun. Jail fun. Stop running, you. Why do we do these things to each other? You run faster than my stepdad.
In my old apartment, I tied string from the fan to my old mattress so I could turn it off and on from the bed. So you had to like jump on your mattress like a Looney Tunes character? Like, what are you saying? This kind of reminded me. You ever do that? You ever do that thing as a kid where like you need to remove a loose tooth? So you tied a piece of floss around your tooth and then you like tied it to a doorknob and you slam the door. Now, this wasn't something like anybody taught me. I watched it on like a cartoon and I think it was literally Family Guy. I think I saw this in a Family Guy bit and I was like, I want to do that. So I tied the floss to one of my teeth and I did exactly this and I bled so fucking much. It would hurt more than just like slowly loosening the tooth and having it gradually fall out. I think I like literally rolled over in pain and I was crying non-stop for like 30 minutes because the agony was so much and I was bleeding everywhere. And I didn't know how to clean up blood, so I let the blood on the floor. My mom came home and she was like, what happened? It was Family Guy, Mom, I'm sorry. I pulled the string laying down. I gotta pull this out. You don't need to do any of this shit. Like, I don't understand why people are in a rush to remove their teeth. They just fall out by themselves. You don't need to do anything fancy for it. Like, literally, like, the alternative is either you put yourself in excruciating pain for no reason, or, hear me out, you just You just wait for it to fall out.
God, I wish
That's
I knew
it.
what lies ahead.
You run faster than my stepdad.
But
We're having fun. Jail fun.
guys, what was the gay ear again? Like, if you were to get an earring, right? Was it like the left ear or the right ear that meant like you are vaguely homosexual? I don't think it applies for women, right? Like it doesn't count if I were to like do this shit. Cause like I was honestly a little scared to get earrings for a bit because I was like, what if I'm accidentally gay? And then I realized it doesn't.
Has been approved.
This is the biggest fucking shower facilities out of anything. Oh my god, I'm gonna get caught. I'm gonna get caught. I'm gonna get caught. I know someone else wears an earring on the other ear. You fuse. That's fair, but I don't think I'd really want to fuse with anyone. I think I'm pretty happy just like with my own power and strength. I was wondering what fusing felt like in Dragon Ball, because when they do it, they're just like, I'm a new character. I'm not just Vegeta or Goku. I'm Gogeta. You know, like it's not the characters combined. They're not like, in essence, it's just a whole nother existence. And I don't really want like a loose sense of myself for any amount of time. Left. I knew this because the people in high school I knew were insufferable. Left. Okay. I always thought the joke was like, it's the right ear because all starfish are gay and right-handed. But it might be thinking of something else.
Structure of the streets is what is responsible for our situation.
What am I doing in jail again?
No, it's all.
Was there like a legitimate plot reason for me to be in here? Because I don't fucking remember one. Then again, I might have accidentally skipped the scene. I was just trying to do the porn code.
Seabreeze's puppies is. I need some clues.
Okay.
Yikes! That's why this is part of the police file on Seabreeze. Jackpot. Dames, can't trust him. That guy's compass just doesn't point north, you know?
I can't believe my rotten luck.
That's right, Brian. He's homosexual.
That guard might be a problem. Maybe I can find something to distract him.
Your model on BRB was perfectly staring. Perfect clip material. Yeah, guys, put a, like a 1-minute clip of my model just staring at the guy's shower. I'll put it on TikTok. How about that? Everyone will like give me upvotes and stuff, and I'll get red and gold.
10-4 on the K9.
Are you serious?
If I'm gonna find out who the real looks like Brooks was here.
Why is PS2 Brian so homophobic?
This is part of the police file on Seabreeze.
I don't remember him being homophobic in the show.
That guy couldn't find his ass with a magnifying glass and a map.
I thought he was supposed to be the one that was like, Peter, there's nothing wrong with two guys fucking Peter.
That guard might be a problem.
That was a really dog shit Brian impression. I'm sorry. I got to like 12 seconds. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Just switch this one over to the women's shower. That ought to keep them busy.
Don't worry, I can make it hot for you.
10-4 on the K9.
I got fucking distracted by the clip. I got. No! I got distracted by the fucking clip!
Looks like Brooks was here.
Listen, I was just surprised by the sudden art style shift. Okay,
Yikes. That's why the prisoner canteen shouldn't have
the allegations, yeah, guys. Aka is never beating the vaguely lesbian.
If I'm gonna find out who the real... Looks like Brooks was here. Whoa, some of these guys really are animals.
Bring back the men.
Part of the police file on Seabreeze.
No, guys. Okay, the cops aren't gay. Everybody else in jail is gay. That's why they're in jail. Okay, because Quahog is very
that guy couldn't
mean.
Find his ass with a magnifying glass and a map.
What? Does crouching actually do anything, or do you think like it just makes me slower? Like there's no way this actually affects anything.
Maybe I can find something to distract him.
God damn, I want a donut. One of my coworkers, a 62-year-old woman. I don't know why I feel like I need to insert that fact, but I just did. She made cupcakes a couple of days ago, and they were so fucking good. Honestly, the whole idea of cupcakes is really superfluous because I feel like I could just eat frosting and icing, and I would be more than happy with just that and nothing else. Like, completely forget the cake part, you know? I'm gonna say something insane. Does this not feel like that one building in Rustboro in Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald? The one where like everyone's working on like a different project. You go up to one person and they're like, I'm working on a dream machine for Pokemon, but it's not going too well.
I bet if I hid under this desk, they couldn't see me at all.
Stealth gameplay. Yes.
Yeah, they're using Peter's filing system. Bunch of crap stuffed in a box.
Which cabinet is that filed in again?
Adam West has passed away, right? There, unfortunately.
Attention all
It's good morning, what else? Oh my god, it's been a second. How are you doing? I missed the shit out of you. I hope you're doing well. Guys, this game or what? I think this game is like good. I think it's good in that it is mindless enough that I can turn off my brain and just talk dog shit while we're playing it. So I think like we're definitely gonna play more of this game. Okay, I'll tell you that much. Good game.
Whose rules should I play by?
Same with Norm Macdonald. Who's Norm Macdonald?
By my own rules.
I legitimately do not know who Norm Macdonald is. Who is this guy? I know he voiced Death, but I don't know what he did past that. You missed the file. Yeah, I'm going back, don't worry. I just wasn't at a good angle to get it. I just need to,
Dirtbag.
What? Seriously? Yeah! Guys, I don't watch comedians, okay? I don't watch comedy movies.
I bet if I hid under this desk, they
I've never felt the need to go like, I'll put on Planes, Trains, and Airplanes again. That was really good.
Crap stuffed in a box.
Sleep deprived. What about you? I have actually been sleeping great. Sorry, that's probably not the best thing to say to like a sleep deprived person, but like I have never wanted for sleep. I wake up refreshed every day and I get like a good 9 to 10 hours every night. Now sometimes I'll be a little like naughty and I'll play video games or I'll read too many books before bedtime and I end up getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep instead. Well, you know, all things considered, I sleep pretty well.
What would Danny Glover do?
What a bitch thing to say. To be like, oh, you're not sleeping well? It sucks for you? Sorry. Just watch anything with Norm Macdonald. Okay, what is the most popular thing with Norm Macdonald in it, huh?
I bet if I hid under this desk, they couldn't see me at all.
I was talking about this in another stream, but have you ever noticed that like every comedian just looks kind of fucked up? Like, there's no real comedian that has like a normal, conventionally attractive look. Like Jerry Seinfeld, Michael Richards, Steve Buscemi, like they all look like vaguely demonic. So it's like I don't know if it's like a cause and effect thing where like they learn to be funny because they looked a little weird, or they started being so funny that they started looking weird, you know? I got like 4 hours last night. Why? I will say that my kitty cat goes into my room and starts knocking plushies on my head while I'm trying to sleep, but I think it's funny. So whenever that happens, I just smile, I pet him, and then I go back to bed. And then he meows at me. I imagine they look normal, and then this comedian's skill tree made them look like that. Exactly, you know? This is proof that Aka-I isn't funny because I look like I don't look like Steve Buscemi.
Which cabinet is that filed in again?
SNL. Best known for SNL. Guys, there's no way to watch SNL. You realize this, right? SNL is not a show that you can just like casually put on your fucking TV. Oh, god damn it!
Dirtbag.
There's like, it's completely unstreamable. Luke's Dumpstat. You don't want to know a little like life trick? People don't give a shit how you look. I am being dead fucking serious. Like, obviously it's a boon if you are, you know, conventionally attractive or whatever. But when smoking hot babes are looking for someone to smooch on the tongue, 9 out of 10 of them will choose somebody that's funny and nice and makes them laugh, as opposed to, you know, somebody that looks like Samoan Joe. I dumped all stats on charisma and luck and breastiness. I don't think I really have charisma, if I'm being dead honest with you.
Peter's filing system.
I think, like, I can bullshit a lot, and that's why people end up liking me at stuff like interviews and work and stuff. But, like, I don't think I could... I don't know, like, what do you quantify as charisma, though? Like, I think I could bullshit my way out of a situation 9 out of 10 times, but I don't know if that's, like, charisma speaking. Maybe I have to go to the bathroom. Maybe that's it. You know, maybe I shit my pants a little and everything's good.
They're crafty, I'll tell you. It happens when you least expect it.
No?
There is probably another police file in here.
We literally just discussed host clubs. Yeah, like, being a nice person and friendly and affable will get you so much further in life than having A, massive breast, 2, a massive schlong, or 3, both of them, I guess. I think charisma is how much people don't hate you after you do bullshit. Okay, well, if you base it off that factor, I probably have like 1,000. I think the trick to it for me is I just act like really clueless and helpless, but I also act like I meant the best and that I'm trying my best, and you know, at the end of the day, I'm just like so lovable and so precious. It's like Matt Rife is a good comedian. I don't know Matt Rife. I know Limmy from the Limmy Show. Is he like Limmy from the Limmy Show?
Somebody's stealing my water. They're crafty.
All these comedians have really distinct looks. Like you would never mistake Limmy, right? But I couldn't tell you what Tom Cruise looks like. I couldn't tell you what like Leonardo da Vinci looks like. Their names to me. Sorry, not Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo DiCaprio. But, you know, if you ask me to draw Limmy from memory, I could absolutely do that. He does crowd work. What, like he has like good CC control? Like what are you talking about? He's a good crowd control. His life is a Muso game. Gilbert Gottfried looks like Iago. Yeah, you see what I mean though? Like there's a legitimate theory to this, but I don't know what's like the comedian phenotype. I'm getting my fucking ass split in every dimension! I act clueless when I'm trying to return something in a store I clearly should be able to return. As you want to know something I did the other day? This is a really stupid story. I bought like 5 packs of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And every single Yu-Gi-Oh price tag on the store, on the rack, said $4.49. And I looked at my receipt and it said $6, so I was like, uh-oh! I went up to the complaints counter, waited for 30 minutes and like... it's like... I spent $6 each on these. These are supposed to be $4.49 each. They really weren't supposed to be, but in fairness, Target never updated the price tag, so I was the one on the right, of course. So they gave me like $5 back to my debit card, and I was like, oh shit, man, infinite glitch money. So I went back into Target and I got more of these Yu-Gi-Oh packs, and I went through the lines again. It took like 20 minutes for the line to go through, and I went up to the cashier. This was a different cashier than the one I had before, and I was like, oh, how much are these? And they're like, oh, $6. I was like, oh, no, the price tag says $4.49. And they're like, oh, sorry, how much are they actually? Because I can't see the price from here. And, yo, I felt like such a fucking moron because I was too much of a good kid to lie. Because I could have said like, oh, you know, they're $2, they're $3. This bitch was not going to know how much those cards were. But I, like a moron, just said, oh, no, they're $4.49. You can check if you look back there. And she's like, oh, no, I'll trust you. Whatever you say, I'll do it. So, you know, you guys are talking to somebody that spent $4.49 on a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards that was supposed to cost $6!
Somebody's stealing my water. They're crafty, I'll tell you. It happens when you least expect.
Jerry Seinfeld looks like a sentient hot dog. Yeah, exactly, right? Same with Larry David. Larry David just kind of looks fucked up in general. paid yourself $5 to wait 30 minutes.
Don't move.
You know what's $5? A pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Exactly, exactly. Plus, the cards I pulled from there ended up being like worth $40, so I made value. Okay. I sold the cards that were worth $40, and I got to keep all the other cards. So I was like making big fat money moves, as you say. What is going on? How do I do this? Oh my god! I forgot I could like use this button to look ahead. Oh my! I forgot I could do this. I legitimately.
I think that room exceeds maximum occupancy. I bet if I hid under this desk, they couldn't see me at all.
Oh. Oh.
I think that room exceeds maximum occupancy. I bet if I hid under this desk, they couldn't.
My favorite thing is whenever you die in this game and you have to redo the level, you hear all the same jokes again.
What would Danny Glover do?
I was gonna be real honest, I hate when Family Guy makes celebrity jokes because I don't know who the fuck Danny Glover is. Okay, I don't know who the fuck Danny Trejo is. I don't know any of these characters. You just gotta pretend that the jokes are funny. But I actually learned a lot about pop culture because of Family Guy, because like, you know, 9 out of 10 jokes I didn't fucking get as a kid. I was just like, what's Fargo? Who's Steve Buscemi? And then it would make me watch Fargo, and I was like, damn, Fargo's really fucking good actually. Shoutouts to Fargo. Danny Glover is the dad. Oh, sorry, Danny Glover, not the dad. Danny Glover is the guy that says, I'm too old for this shit in Lethal Weapon. I've never seen Lethal Weapon.
Whose rules should I play by?
I don't watch movies, much less like 80s movies. I watch shit that's like animated and all the characters are fruits and shit, okay? I don't watch anything other than that. Dude, if I got caught right there, I think I might have bitten my fucking fingers off one by one. I swear to God.
Attention all officers. Please remember to...
I love these like really shitty not BGs, they're like literal JPEGs with so much artifacting.
More damage. Soon bird from your uppers shall come.
They're good movies. Hey son, give me some help over here.
I don't really like watching action movies.
Get them for me and I'll be able to open the door for you.
I can't stand on this blubber, but it makes for good sliding.
It's like, I don't know. It's not like I don't like action movies in general. I think they're cool, but like, you know, my life is already packed to the brim with action. Okay, if I wanted an action movie, all I gotta do is like go outside and like throw a rock at a police car. Accomplish the same shit. No, no. Sorry guys, that was plenty of action for me. That was like an Eye joke. You know what Quagmire just said there? I'm pretty sure I said that exact line. Fucking Quagmire. Action movies don't contribute to your soul. I like, are there any good action comedy movies? Like Fargo? Or American Psycho? I like American Psycho. I like movies where the characters have lots of aura and they just like aura farm and there's like hype moments and shit like that throughout the movie. I think that like that's some good shit. Rush Hour. Isn't the whole joke of Rush Hour like, oh, there's an Asian guy and a black guy and they shouldn't be friends but they are? It's like that's the whole movie. How about heist movies? I don't like. Isn't every heist movie the fucking same?
Oh, to be the Lindbergh baby right about now.
Guys, I need to Google something real quick. Yo, we should have been doing this the whole time. Anytime they make a joke I don't get, I just Google it. The Lindbergh baby refers to the 1932 abduction and murder of a 20-month-old Lindbergh kid. Oh. Why did he say that? Cause he's dead? Shaolin Soccer is so peak. I love Shaolin Soccer. I love that one guy. What's his name? Jack Spice? The guy with like the red hair and he's got like... I can't think about it. Dude, you know who that guy reminds me of? He reminds me of like fucking everyone in chat right now. I don't know what the fuck it is about Jack Spice, but he acts like all of you. There's like an entire army of Jack Spicers in chat. It's good morning, Gaga. How's it going? Did you meet Brian yet? No. No, I found out Brian is actually very homophobic in this game. There's a scene where you see like a bunch of naked guys rubbing each other in his showers, and he just goes like, "This is the worst thing I've ever seen. I won't throw up."
I'm so glad to see the nurses have found something constructive to do with this mess.
But then I failed the quick time event mini game, so I didn't get to see what the punchline was. So fucked. You should kill him. I fucking should. Shaolin Soccer or Shaolin Showdown? Wrong media. What are you talking about? What is Shaolin Soccer? Are you talking about that movie where like the one where that one girl pretends to be a dude so that they can play soccer? She's the man? Are you talking about She's the Man? Because I don't... Bend it like Beckham? Like what are you talking about?
Long. Has Lois been talking again? Ah, no, that's right. I went there.
Oh my god. I'm get the fucking stick! I always wondered what like lard like this would taste like. I think it was like some Simpsons episode where Homer just eats a bunch of lard, and all I could think was like, that looks really fucking good. I bet lard would taste fucking amazing.
Come on,
how's it going? Welcome in! Comedy of some Shaolin guys who play soccer and do magic kung fu shit. So it's like Bend It Like Beckham. I don't know how many people are Asian here, but I swear to God, every Asian household had either Bend It Like Beckham or She's the Man on DVD. Like, whenever you visit a relative's house, you would have to watch Bend It Like Beckham or She's the Man. And it was like... none of these movies were good. What movie they remind me of is actually Cheaper by the Dozen, because I watched, like... It's very hard to decide on a movie when you have, like, every piece of media on Earth available to you. But I was sitting on the couch and I was just like, I kind of want to watch something right now. I'll put on Cheaper by the Dozen. And I could not get into the movie because the whole time it felt like... I don't know why actors... I mean, I guess I know why, but like... I can't break the immersion. If that makes sense. Like, when I see real people have, like, emotional moments with their fake kids on TV, all I can think about is like, that's not your kid. That's not your kid. I can't get into it, man. You know, it doesn't feel real. Lard is like pork. Yeah, it is like pork. That's why it feels so fucking yummy to me. But, you know, it's not like they sell lard. Plus, I don't want to end up like Bobby Hill in that one episode of King of the Hill where he gets super gout. It's the easiest ingredient to make your cooking dishes delicious. I thought that was MSG. I really need to buy MSG, but I don't know where the fuck to find it in stores when I go to the Asian grocery store, because I'm pretty sure it wouldn't actually be called MSG. I can't believe like MSG as a whole was like the most frowned upon thing because some guy went into a Chinese restaurant, got a completely unrelated stomachache, and was like, guys, don't eat Asian food. They'll try to poison you with MSG. I almost died because I shit myself. Literally one guy. It's like, those crazy fucking Asians are making some evil voodoo shit. You should not go in there and eat their food. You get poisoned by MSG. And then, you know, I guess people just couldn't handle a little bit of spice in their life.
Forecast for tomorrow.
Scary Asian food.
With a chance of doom.
A family friend claims he's allergic to it because it gives him migraines. I've never heard of food giving you migraines. Usually when you're allergic to something, either you break out in like hives, or you throw up, or you get like diarrhea or some shit. I've never heard of somebody going like, oh man, this butter is giving me a headache. Oh shit. Oh, I didn't know I could fly up those. Oh, I'm missing so many of my upgrade cubes. Why do you keep bouncing off the walls? Because this shit is impossible to control. I can't like, it's not like you can actually twist and turn in this. You control this shit like pilot wings. It sucks. Salt dehydrates you, so if you eat a lot of it. Okay, well I wouldn't know this because I drink so much water. I'm always hydrated. I have the same like hydration levels of an underwater snail, okay? I don't need to worry about dehydration shit. If you guys are getting dehydration headaches, you should probably be drinking water.
More antiquated material. Modern medicine indeed.
My mom essentially gets food poisoning when she eats gluten. Is this why everybody stopped eating gluten for a while? My old roommate was like... yeah, obviously the gluten allergy is a real thing. I'm not denying that, but like... I swear to God, every other week, he would come up with like a new food allergy that he was allergic to. It was bizarre because I would literally see him eat this shit like the day before, or sometimes like the day after. He'd be like, oh, I can't eat peanut butter. Oh, I can't eat gluten. Oh, I can't eat like carbs. I can't eat like dairy. And it legitimately got to a point where I would watch what he ate, and it was just ate like bread. It's just bread and chicken. Like dino nuggies shit. Look at the obsession with caffeine for gamers sitting down all day. Well, if you don't have your caffeine, how the fuck are you supposed to focus on shit like Counter-Strike? How are you supposed to focus on shit like the Family Guy video game, huh? Riddle me this!
Holy crap, I'm about to drown in here. Get that last part quick or I'll be surrounded in more fat than a guest on one of them daytime talk shows.
I love that, you know, every level in this game goes on for too fucking long. I think it's gorgeous. You know, it's like peak level design. They introduce like one gimmick and they wear it out completely within the span of like a microsecond.
Holy crap, I'm about to drown in here. Get that last part quick or I'll be surrounded in more fat than a guest on one of them daytime talk shows.
I can't even jump. How am I supposed to avoid these like danger? Oh my god, I can shoot. I can shoot. Oh my...
Part 3 of the machine. Hooray and such.
What was the timer for? There was nobody here. I like caffeine because coffee is tasty and I wake up to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Why don't you play paper Yu-Gi-Oh? Desmond, everything is so super cheap right now. Like, with all the reprints from Quarter Century Stampede, you can get a really cool deck and we can play stuff together. You know, remote duel because no one wants to duel with me and I'm all lonely out here. Caffeine is more of a mental focus alertness thing. I've never needed to have that. I never needed to have that shit though, because when you're Aka_I, I am always living life with 100% alertness and 100% mental focus.
The door should be open now.
I'm flat broke. I will literally give you a deck. I'm not kidding. I have like a bunch of decks, right? Just let me know what you want. All right, please. I just like playing paper Yu-Gi-Oh! But nobody wants to play with me. What's your ADHD prescription? I don't have ADHD. At least I don't think. I've never really been like tested or diagnosed for anything. I will tell you though that when they did the reading test at school, I don't know if you guys had to do this shit, but did they ever like bring you into like a separate room and you all had to do this shit one by one where they give you like a big paragraph of text and you just had to like read it as fast as you could, and it's like they would go like, wow, Aka, you're so smart, because I wouldn't even read the text. Well, like I would read it, but I didn't like let my brain process it. I would just close my eyes and let the words come off like, and I would literally be like spitting with every word and just saying like a nonsense, stumbling my words. But they were like, wow, you read that shit so fast, and I was like, yeah, I did. I can confirm Aka underscore I will actually give you a full deck. Yeah, you know what the worst part is? I give people full decks and then they don't play Yu-Gi-Oh with me, and it's very tragic. Especially when staples are so cheap that you can just go to your local retail store, buy 3 copies of the Blue Eyes White Dragon, Blue Eyes White Destiny, sorry, structured deck, and you'll have a full playset of hand traps.
Hey Brad, how long before you think you end up in here? Oh, a long time, unless I run into a baby with a ray gun. But what are the odds of that? I wish I'd studied Shakespeare.
It was supposed to be really funny, but I'm missing every single shot. God damn. Guys, if a real body comes out here, I'm gonna fucking scream, okay?
Come on in, son. There's plenty of room.
That scared me. Jump scare. Oh! Whoa! I was about to sing Scatman's World. I really like the idea that Scatman John made this, all his music for people that had stutters, but I actually felt left out because I didn't have a stutter, and I was like, it's not fair, Scatman John, he's not singing to me. Like, I want Scatman John to sing to me, but he doesn't get what it's like. White Forest is good. White Forest is actually really good. I think White Forest just topped a regional recently. Not regional. I think it was like a... No. It was a YCS. The format right now is actually genuinely crazy. Like, every deck is good, which is why you should go to your local retailer, buy 3 copies of Blue Eyes White Destiny, and just get on that shit post-haste. Everyone stutters one way or another. I guess I do stutter a bit, right? No, you know, I do something worse than stuttering. I just fuck up words. It's like inhumanely. The point where it's not even stuttering, it's just like I'm not saying real human words that have ever existed in history. You know Scatman John, but Norm Macdonald. Well, yeah, because Norm Macdonald wasn't in any YouTube poops, whereas Scatman John was like all over the internet. Nobody's ever made like an internet joke with Norm Macdonald, okay? He's not relevant. Oh, do I really have to just guess? Guessing gameplay. Okay. Sure. Cro-Magnon gameplay.
Ned, I'll tell you what's dead. Vaudeville. And this is the box they buried it in. Take me, for instance. Ow! Bam! Bam!
Oh, I can't keep doing it. Shit. I'm playing an Armed Dragon deck. Hey guys, that's right. We could all be playing decks together. If you guys would go to your local retail store, buy 3 copies of Blue Eyes White Destiny, and play with me! I'm gonna tell you something right now. I've been to locals so many times at this point, but I still get like really nervous because there's still a lot of people, like new people there. And I guess a lot of you wouldn't really get this feeling, but like when you play as when you're like a girl in a male-dominated space, you always feel like you have to like prove yourself, and you feel very nervous about just like, you don't want people there thinking you're just an e-girl doing dog shit. But then like you get too like into it, and like you can't like focus on your fucking gameplay, so you just end up sucking ass. But you know, last time, well, 2 times ago on locals, I went undefeated with Memento, and then last time I lost like 2 in a row. The second game was because of timer shit. The first one I just legitimately choked at. But I lost. I got very embarrassed, and I left immediately, and I forgot to tell the judge I was leaving. So it's pain. This is a really good gameplay, by the way. Amazing. There's a nice card shop around here. I don't want to blow, but I might. If you do, let me know. I will legitimately get you a deck. Okay, I will get into my personal savings, and I will dig around, and I'll make it work out. Okay. I was trading cards with somebody in Canada a little while ago, and then right when it happened, that one shit happened where the Canadian post office stopped working, and they were like, yeah, I can't mail you the cards. Sorry. It was like, fuck. Oh shit.
Finally, the way out.
okay. Passive skill, full-time job. Yeah, but it feels very bad to, like, you know, convince somebody to get into something, but they have to make like a down payment, which is why I usually offer to like do this shit for people because I feel very bad, you know, because I don't want people to not be into it. Did anyone go, she was an e-girl after all? No, I'm pretty sure everyone there knows who I am, even if I don't know who they are, but I'm sure I've like done well enough that people don't like look at me with disgust, but it's very hard being like literally the only girl that goes there besides me. It's painful. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't turn. This is like space. This is literally Space Invaders. It's kind of cute. It's kind of cute. Good game. That chick that comes here. I have a better win record than Mio. I don't know why I'm afraid. That's right, guys. Retro game reference. This was actually based off of Salamandra.
Come on, you apes. Press those lines.
Wave 1 eliminated. Oh my god. Oh my.
Fight by Avis. Dead.
It's kind of cute. It's kind of cute. The game should have just been this. Honestly, fuck like walking around and platforming and shit. Salamandra sounds like a car. No. Salamandra is a classic shmup game. You know what I really hate is that I just kind of fucking suck at shmups. If I was like good at any genre of games, I really wish it was shmups. Because they're like so cool visually and shit. But stuff like Thunder Force, Gradius, whatever, etc, etc, I just fucking suck at. I don't know why I suck so bad. It's like Mega Man. It just doesn't make sense to me, even though like I get it in theory. Sorry, what am I supposed to be doing? I literally just learned shmup. What do you mean you learned shmup?
Last-minute additions.
Oh, I'm supposed to be.
Man, this hospital sucks.
That's it. I'll turn off the support machines and summon death. He can do the dirty work.
Who am I killing?
Damn. I was gonna ask her out later. I don't remember her being on the
Do you even have any genres you're really good at, though they're not your favorite? Oh, I know what you mean. Actually, yeah.
How ironic.
I'm pretty decent at rhythm games. I don't really care for rhythm games, though. Stealth games. Stealth games I kind of like. Well, like when you ask this question, I kind of forget.
What the hell's wrong with this thing?
Genres.
Die already.
That's a really good question, though. Hold on. What's a good genre? FPS games, actually, I am very good at, but I don't really care for them. You know, like I don't really play FPS games in my free time at all. But like, what?
Damn.
You see, this shit plays like a fucking micro games from WarioWare, but you don't have time to process anything.
Thanks to this pill, I shall have no trouble breathing inside the fat man's body. All right, let's get small.
That's right, guys. Lost joke. you thought people weren't making lost jokes in 2025? You were wrong.
What the hell happened? All I remember is Mr. Belvedere was there, and I remember something whacking me in the head.
For me, it's kart racers, arcade racers. I do like them, but I'm just very good at them with little no effort. I'm the same way, but with like real racing sims, stuff like Gran Turismo, stuff like Forza. I am weirdly really good at, but I don't really. I mean, I like them, but I wouldn't say like I play them, go my way to play them. You know?
Nice try, Belvedere. Thinks he can just take me out with one of his brainwashed henchmen disguised as a nurse.
Now, for a genre I'm really good at and that I really love, I fucking love flight sims, and I really love playing flight sims. I said this like a year ago, actually. I think it's been a year since I bought this Slytech X52 from a Flight Stick, right? Flight Stick and Throttle from a Oh shit, we just unlocked Peter. From a thrift store for like 10 bucks. But I haven't gotten a chance to use it yet.
Child to the oldest nagging grandma, none shall escape my fists of fury.
I kind of wanted to do like a Windows Microsoft Flight Sim stream where we're all in a plane together. But I don't know if that shit would run. I really wish it would. I guess talking over deep Family Guy lore. I'm sorry. Oh shit, actual beat 'em up gameplay. You have to play through so much shit to get to like the actual game. You know what this feels like? Mario 64 DS. It's like when you gotta play as Yoshi before you get to play as Mario. Cool, I've never been in a plane crash before. You know, if we all wanted to simulate a plane crash together, I think I'd do a pretty good job as pilot going like, this captain speaking, we're gonna fucking die. If you look over your left, that's gonna be your grave.
Look at him over there, being all smug.
These kids are beating the fuck out of me. Okay, like, if you want to know what the fuck a gorilla would do against 100 people, there's your fucking answer. Do these kids not die? What a stupid fucking question. Like, usually I'm in the side of humanity or whatever, but 100 people could not take down a fucking gorilla unarmed. Be fucking serious. Like, once the first guy gets split in half, everyone's gonna be like, get me out of here, I don't want to go here, man. Oh, I had to kick the kids. If an enemy flashes blue, it means it's taking no damage. Why do I have to kick kids and punch adults? What kind of logic is this? Fuck those kids though. I was like, Ava escape cookies for health. This is your captain speaking. How many of you are religious? You know what? Like, I've looked this shit up. If you're in a plane crash and like your captain is, you want to know why I looked this shit up? Because there was so much turbulence on the last flight I took back from Japan. I started getting really scared, so I started googling shit like, what does your captain act like when the plane's about to crash? And everything was like, your captain will act very calm and pretend like nothing is happening. So you'll never know if you're actually about to crash in the plane. And I was like, fuck, that doesn't help me at all. What really pissed me off during all this turbulence shit when I was fearing for my life is that everyone was still like standing up, talking and laughing at it, and I was just like shaking in the corner of my chair going like, I'm gonna die, guys, stop, we're all gonna die. Was that Shoryuken? No, it wasn't. Sorry guys, Seth MacFarlane is a fake gamer. We've known this. Okay. I heard someone comment on that today, just asking if they could be armed because a 4-year-old can kill a gorilla. You cannot be armed, okay? You like the assumption, like, if you are armed, you could kill anything.
Ah, you bastard!
Have you ever seen the Street Fighter cutaway? Yeah, no, I have. I do like that cutaway.
Oh crap!
I want like Seth MacFarlane one of these days, or even just the writing team in general, to like reference something completely fucking obscure that nobody will get. Instead of doing like 80s pop culture shit, you should just make a reference like some random like fucking Breath of Fire game or something instead. Just something that is like absolutely unfunny to everybody except for me, you know? Seth MacFarlane should just make the show for me. The end. Yeah, because Shin Megami Tensei joke. Why is this cop? Oh. That's right, guys. Officer down. I don't know if Family Guy mentioned VTubers. I'm waiting. It's probably gonna be like 10, 15 years later after, you know, the VTubers died out.
My will be done.
What the fuck?
From the youngest child to the oldest nagging grandma, none shall escape my fists of
I have to restart the entire level. That's gone. Listen. Okay, do you know how many gods I killed in video games? It's my fault because we were just talking about Shin Megami Tensei. Whoa, Lois, this is just like that time I met Gagua. Turns out this isn't Shin Megami Tensei. Well, listen, you couldn't like blame me for getting the two confused. All right, they're very similar. You can tell because you know, there's so many branching paths. I'm actually playing on the chaos path right now. That's why you see me killing kids and grandmas out in the park. Although nobody here is really attacking me, I'm just killing people.
I'm doing to you what life did to Dana Plato.
Sorry, did somebody just make a fucking programming joke in chat? Peter does not equal Kratos.
You bastard!
Sorry, I don't get it. Okay, explain your logic to me. All right, guys, coding pop quiz. Somebody write a statement, or sorry, an argument, that will check every time I play a game, and if it's a stupid JRPG, I like it, and if not, I throw it in the fucking bin. Easy conditional.
You bastard!
Just a simple test to, like, you know, sharpen your skills. What's your orange meter? I don't really know what my orange meter is. I don't know if I have like a hyper or what. It's scaring me actually.
Just like in the nursing home.
I don't know if I should be surprised. I come back and see how God and die. I think about this a lot, but if you were to seriously meet God in person, what the fuck would you do? How would you act? I've always been in the opinion that like you gotta treat God like you would with like a manager, where you act like nice and civil, but you gotta be respectful, right? Because well, like, what if God wants you to be like very casual and shit, and he's like, damn, you're the first person to act like really casual and nice to me. God's hitting on a high schooler.
No, babe, that's omnipotent.
Am I gonna die if I hit the... Okay, no.
Damn these mimes and their invisible walls.
Good joke. Good joke. It had to be a function, method, or subroutine. Whatever, man, okay? Did you guys ever have to do that shit for computer science classes where they made you like write out code with a pencil, like it's instead of like typing it for a test, you had to like, you were handed a piece of paper and pencil, and they were like, write an entire code string, paragraph of code for whatever the fuck would cause this thing to you know, do this action. Fucking hated that shit. It just makes no sense whatsoever. Like, what circumstance would I ever have to do that? Hated those, but I got the point. You see, I never did those well because I would just Google all my assignments and copy the code from Substacks. Or not Substacks. What's that one? That's like Stack Overflow. Stack Overflow.
Hey, you!
You graduate and can't write a basic function for memory. That just looks bad from the school. I don't give a shit what the school looks like, alright? I just do whatever the fuck I... Makes sense now because he's ChatGPT now. Well, yeah, but like, you know... I'm very envious of kids nowadays because they can just get through all of their homework and shit using ChatGPT. I would have been an even worse student than I am now because the one thing you couldn't cheat was reports and shit. But all you had to do nowadays is you go in ChatGPT, you put in the essay prompt and you're like, add in a couple of typos and type like me. And then, you know, boom! Completely undetectable as AI generated text. Kids are cooked. I'm all for kids cheating. I cheated my way all through school. I'm not really proud to admit.
That is freaking sweet.
But like, you know, what's the alternative? What the fuck? Can I break this cop's spine right now? How do I kill someone? There you go. I'd say ChatGPT is gonna make people uneducated, but people did say that about calculators, Google, etc. You know, something I did find ChatGPT useful for, and I will fully admit this, is I was using it for like studying languages and shit, because at the end of the day, it was supposed to be a language learning model. from the get-go. So it kind of feels like using a car to drive from point A to point B instead of doing like stupid cool donuts and shit. And by that, I mostly mean just like asking questions now and then, like, what's the connotation of this word, etc. Headbutt can destroy vehicles. Oh, of course. There you go. I can't use ChatGPT because of a demonic pack. What's your demonic pack? What, which demon from, the Book of Solomon from the Goetia have you summoned to your local household? ChatGPT is free for students through May. I really wish I still had my college email for shit like that, man. It is such a bummer that I can't just like say, I'm a student, give me this thing for free. One poster is the guy where they try to kill Chris in the South. I actually don't remember that one. Which one was that? I think I need more context. How do I get past this car? Moloch. I'm a huge fan of Moloch. Good choice, good choice. Oh, I was supposed to destroy more. Oh.
Wow, I feel tougher than Steve Austin's left leg.
Press and hold R1 to do a spin attack. This uses snack power. Okay, let's try snack power.
Bring it on.
That's the fucking Chun-Li move. Is that not the fucking Chun-Li move? I definitely don't think people should use it to do work for them.
You bastard!
But what could you even use ChatGPT for in a work field? Like legitimate question. Because I remember there was some dumbass lawyer, I think it was a lawyer, got suspended because he tried to what was it? He used ChatGPT to cite cases, but those cases didn't fucking exist, so he just got suspended. Spinning bird kick, yeah, the oh my god, I don't remember what she actually said for it. Autosave. Isn't autosave a beautiful, beautiful thing? Customer support. That's not even good for customer support, man. It just lies. Program for them. It's like, why be a programmer then? There's a lot of people that find joy in things that I could never understand. Stuff like programming, stuff like engineering and shit.
Hey, do you guys know Joe?
You know, this coming from somebody with a fucking engineering degree, but I could never like enjoy it. So it's very strange to me when you hear like people enjoy shit that you could never imagine yourself doing for fun. And it's just a very weird reminder that like we are different people, everyone has like their brain wired differently. I'm gonna say something fucked up, but like it's very scary to think about this kind of idea when you're thinking about shit like, if I was in a life or death situation and this person had the opportunity, this random stranger had the opportunity to either kill me or take like 100,000 bucks. Like you cannot read another person's mind, you know. You would like to be like, oh yeah, you know, because I would save that person's life. You would hope that they would think the same way, but there's no fucking guarantee, man. You see, there's some people out there that enjoy shit like programming. How can you live in a world of psychopaths like that? Write emails to clients who don't want to feel heard, but you can't bother clearing about. I feel like that's fine. Well, not like fine, but I feel like that's probably one of the things that's not going to get anybody killed, hopefully. That's what I mean by fine. I think like a lot of the AI hype has kind of died down, thankfully, because Jesus Christ, it was so bad where they were trying to implement AI into everything for no fucking reason, for shit that wouldn't make sense, because everyone was like, we gotta stay ahead of the game. That's right, we're gonna move all our platforms to AI software. We need AI testers out there. Yeah, investors, exactly. Because it's a shiny new word, it's a shiny new technology where they can soy jack it and go like, damn, I want that in my company, even though your company's a fucking bank. What is AI gonna do for a fucking bank? A disproportionate number of TCG guys you know are probably devs or weird. I like TCG cards, especially Yu-Gi-Oh, because at the end of the day it feels like you're like both studying law and you're trying to like put a bunch of fucking scripture against each other. It's like you have in your hand tablets defined by God, and you're both like interpreting law and scripture to each other in a way that makes sense. Honestly, the whole idea of TCGs is really funny, especially if you play with strangers, because at the end of the day, you're kind of like acting in good faith that this person is like playing make-believe with you on the same terms. Like, my card says I can do this. Well, I guess you're right. I guess you're right. That's what that ruling says. You guys like doing a puzzle with cool dragons. Yeah, I feel the same way. Now, if you were into paper TCG where you didn't have like little shiny highlights telling you what to do, maybe you'd be a real fucking duelist gamer. Yu-Gi-Oh text is so funny, it pisses me off. Maybe one of these days I'll do a little I don't know. There's not really like any good Yu-Gi-Oh games to stream, unfortunately. And I know like I'll turn into a legitimate fucking nerd live on stream if I do stream anything like that. And I don't think that'd be it's like, well, in fairness, I'm sure it would be fun to watch, but it would also be incredibly embarrassing for someone like me, okay? Who has spent their entire life just like building up hype moments and aura. I can't let it all go to something like that.
Hey, do you guys know Joe? Kind of a crippled guy.
Hey, you!
I also like card games in general because it's... I always go into every locals like wanting to, you know, make conversation and have fun while dueling, but I never do this because when I play... when I start a match, right? I don't know if you guys do the same thing, but I lock the fuck in and I get really like, not self-conscious, but self-aware of my body language and my poker face because, you know, I don't want it to be obvious what cards I have, what I'm planning to do or whatever. So I actually become like, not mute, but very serious. But I don't want to be very serious, but I end up doing it because like, I want to fucking win, okay?
Don't move, dirtbag.
Yu-Gi-Oh characters have immense boundary trips. Kazuki Takahashi, is one of my favorite artists of all time. His character designs are fucking insane, and I love all of them. And I just think, I don't know, he's such a cool guy, man. Real shame, real shame. Why is it so hard? Well, I'll tell you guys what, it's that time of night anyways, but hey, you know, this game actually ended up being pretty alright. I wouldn't say it's good. You know, but it's a fun game to talk garbage to, and I think that's, you know, that's the important lesson that we're gonna serve today. I can't find my little... Okay, listen, there's a really compulsive thing I do at the end of every stream. You might have heard me talk about it. Oh, here it is. I have a little towel that I wipe my screens with. I don't know why I started doing this, but at some point I started wiping my screens every time I end stream. It feels like wiping your ass after you shit, I guess. And I never feel like I really ended stream unless I do this, so I have to spend like, you know, sometimes 3 minutes trying to find this piece of shit towel so I can just do it and relax. I don't think it's obsessive, but it is definitely compulsion, but... Anyways, you know what it is. Guys, let me remind you that it's not going to be a stream tomorrow because I'm a little busy, unfortunately. I'm trying my best, okay? But we will be streaming Saturday, the new Fortnite season. If you want to watch, it's going to be Star Wars themed. We're going to look at the battle pass and shit, and we're going to play some games together. If you don't like playing Fortnite, or if you just want to watch, it'll be a fun time regardless. So if you want to check that shit out, we have a Twitter, we have Discord. If you haven't been in either of those yet, please consider doing so. They're a lot of fun. And if you want to be in that TikTok group, let me know, and I'll let you the fucking... Have I rated Sojita yet? I legitimately do not know if I have... No, I think I did first, a while ago. Or am I imagining it? What the fuck do I know? Like, I don't ever remember this shit. Do you guys remember me? Like, is that how I first met them? Don't remember if you did. I think I did. Well, you know what? I haven't gotten to raid this person yet, so we're gonna be raiding Soul Ryusei. Okay? I'm gonna tell you right now. It's a little bit of history, not history with Soul Ryusei, but Soul Ryusei is one of the people that I accidentally blocked for a while, and I didn't know that they were somebody that like had connections to people I knew, so I just felt like really bad. But you know, she's pretty cool. If you haven't followed her yet, do so. Drop a follow, give her a high five or whatever. I will see you guys on Saturday for more shit. Yeah, don't forget to wipe. Next time you wipe and you forget how to wipe, hit me up and I got your shit. Okay? Imagine blocking her. Well, I'm sorry, okay? Listen, I don't really have an excuse. I think I just got used to the joy that is like basically mass murder when it comes to blocking random people, and I just couldn't stop doing it. I'm just obsessed with like shit.